Well, hey, hi, hello there, and welcome to Alive. It's alive. It's a public live on a Monday. Mwahaha. I don't know how many of you are over here and how many of you are still watching Scar, so mwahaha. There you have it. Yeah, so I'm gonna give it a few. See all who shows up. But yeah, we are, let's stop that. Going to silence my phone because I apparently didn't do that yet. We're gonna go over just the first hour of Rosee's live from last night. Yeah, 22 hours ago now. On the upside, it's had 4,000 views, which is pretty good for her. So we're gonna go over the first hour-ish of it, and I'm gonna give it a thumbs down because I did not enjoy it, and because I feel like that's where the majority of the crap was. I honestly haven't had a chance to watch it all the way through yet with anybody. I do know that like everyone else has reacted to it except me, so Rory, I gotta stop talking about Roz. She isn't part of Girl World. Yeah, I know. She's totally not in everybody's chat and all that stuff. Okay. Sorry, it's hot. Work with me. Work with it, baby. But yeah, so I keep looking at her chat and I keep thinking it's my chat and it's on top chat and my chat's not on top chat. Anyway, now, I will tell you guys, I was gone for 3 days. I was at a conference. It was a lot of fun, but I am knackered and I am very tired, if you can't tell, because I also went out and went to the gym. And so if you can't tell, I'm all tired. I'm tired. What do you want from me? So we're going to go over the first hour of this and, well, and then I'm probably going to bail on you guys. I'm probably going to bail on you guys. So there you go. But I was listening to this while I was driving around, and yeah, it's, I guess if you haven't watched this yet, or you haven't watched somebody react to it yet, trigger warning, Rosee. She is refusing to take any responsibility for anything. She is going to play herself up to be a bigger victim than the actual victims. And she is going to imply lots of stuff that may or may not have actually happened. Your mileage may vary. And, we are not going to make it to the end. I know that at some point her brother comes back. We get the black box of doom. I can't get too mad at her about that because I do it too. And then she's going to do like a haul from Walmart or something like that. Because nothing says you're serious about apologizing for your bad behavior like hauling shit from Walmart. So we're not going to cover that part. But we are going to cover some stuff from that, and that's where we're going to wrap it up a bit. But you guys know me, I talk. So what will be an hour's worth of video will probably end up being, 3 hours of Alive. So you guys make sure you got your snacks. I've got 2 s'more Oreos and my water. So make sure you're hydrated. Strap in. They didn't, Allie. They didn't tell me the price that I will pay physically. I'm tired. I'm mentally tired. I'm physically tired. I'm healthy, but I hate it. All right, so hello, Pup Coda. Hello, Smug and Smarmy. Hello, Love Not Hate. Hello, Jody. Hello, Susan of the Woods. Hello, Rory. Hello, Ketis. Hello, Annie and the Glitter Files. Hello, Ducky Bits. That's funny. I like that name. Got you. Hello, Claire. Yep, hello, Claire. Hello, Bewitchy. Allie, thank you for making it. Ruby, hello, the Cadillac Smack. Welcome back. You knocked some stuff off the counter. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Hello, Horse and Rider. Hello, Yummy. Thank you for making it. It is Monday. Yes, I put a poll up and asked the members if they would mind giving up their Monday so that I could go over this. Ruby, you have to pee? Well, you should have gone to the bathroom before we got into the car, okay? Hello, BJ. Hello, Oliver. Hey, Lindsay, good to see you. Skip a bra, get 2 bowl. Oh, crap. Hello, Southern Bonita. Hello. I got you, Smug. All right. She gets real annoying towards the end when the THC kicks in. Yeah, we might cover the last half of it later on. I also know that Amber's been up to some crap, so maybe we'll go over Amber on Wednesday. Maybe. I mean, there are other people in the girl world. Or, you know, maybe we'll do like a hard shift and go cover something completely different. You know. I don't know. Would you guys like to cover some other topics that aren't necessarily girl world related? So, you know, the world is our oyster. The internet is vast and wide. There are a lot of things here. Oh, does it say Wednesday? Okay, hang on. Well, I can fix that. You know what happened is I used Wednesday as the thingamajig for that. That's what's happening there. Monday. Anything else on there I need to change while I'm in here? There we go. Monday. There we go. That should save the title. There we go. There. That should fix that. Like a sad disco ball. It's Wednesday somewhere, sure. Somewhere in a parallel universe. Saw Wednesday and suddenly my week was half over. I'm sorry. No, it's just starting. You're mentally fatigued by the girls. The girls that are left are really working our brain cells. Like, they're really working that last 2 brain cells we've got left. So I needed that. Come back. That's the thing I needed. So, oh yeah, everybody send positive thoughts to the people who got hit with the earthquakes and the possible tsunamis and all that. So, fingers crossed for everybody who got hit with those. I only became aware of those like today, so sorry about that, but fingers crossed for everybody, please. Thoughts and prayers. So, let's do a Labubu stream. I will be getting the Labubu. My name is Labubu. I will be doing the Labubu stream when I get paid for next month. No, last month. So around the 22nd-ish. Or however long it takes them to ship it to me. So that'll be exciting footage for the end of this month. Will be Labubu. I already know which one I'm going to get, assuming it hasn't sold out. I don't know how quickly these things move. But I know which one I want. So I will be getting a Labubu because there was a Labubu fund. Guys talked me into it. But also at some point, the other thing I ordered will eventually get here, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to have to threaten legal action at some point. So, wash down Ativan. The vitamin A, as we shall refer to it here. Labubu are a little creepy. Yeah. Yeah, Susan Otherwood. Mod note. Just to say this now, because it's Roz, we may delete messages. Yeah, okay. Allie's one of my mods. She's being very mod-esque today, so everybody listen up, okay? Just saying this now because it's Roz. We may delete messages that could trigger the AI bots. Nothing personal, just protecting the stream. Also not trauma dumping. Roz does it enough. They are cute, Lindsay. They are cute in a weird kind of, like, terrifying way. Aren't they, like, supposed to be based off of the, Where the Monsters Are? Is anyone old enough to remember that book? So, please don't. Wednesday is hell this week. Mods bullied Tiny with money to get the little boo-boo. Yeah. Yeah, no trauma dumping, Rory. Sorry. Guys, the internet is not a safe space. Is it Nalkita? Don't skip Wednesday, you get a massage on Tuesday. Ooh, massages. Yeah, they look like those monsters, yeah. Mods Day. It's a Watson, that's cute. Yeah, I think that's the shtick, Susan. I think they're supposed to be... I think they're supposed... Well, okay, first off, things I have learned about Labubu, because this is how it works. Labubu is female, and Labubu has a boyfriend. I forget what the Labubu's boyfriend's name is, but the Labubu's boyfriend actually is a skull-headed thingamajig. So the Labubu has a boyfriend with a skull head. I guess eventually I'll have to get Labubu's boyfriend, because we can't have Labubu being boyfriendless. So Labubu, that is, it's like Hello Kitty. Kitty is the cat's name. It's not Kitty. Kitty is the cat's name, for those of you who remember Hello Kitty. So there's that. Yeah, and Labubus are based on the Nordic folklore, but I think Where the Wild Things Are, that's the name of the book. Those, I think, are supposed to be based off of that, too, so... I don't know. I don't remember that book well enough. Okay. We'll be here, Yummy. No worries. Need some company tonight. Long-time lurker. Well, I hope we can help you out here. See Totoro. Oh, Totoro. Yes. See Totoro. My 6 Labubu say hi. Hello Kitty is technically not a cat, but a little girl dressed as a cat. Okay. I think I knew that. But why? Pourquoi? Hello, 4 Paws in a Book. See the weird random things. Proper Labubu husbandry. Look, I am not a Labubu expert, all right? I'm not going to claim this. This is random shit I'm picking up from A, my mods, and B, watching Dr. Gluon stream playing Tamagotchi Life, all right? Par pour. Oh, did I say par? Par quoi? It's pourquoi? Look, don't you come in here correcting my terrible French, okay? I learned that from comic books. I'm multilingual. Tundra says I'm lurking today while I get things done. Excellent. Are we body doubling? Is that what we're doing? Jordy is a Labubu expert in Girl World, but we can have fun too. All right. We're just going to make shit up after this, right? We now know enough about Labubu to be dangerous. And the rest of it we just make up. Because who's going to stop us? Right, so I guess the point is there will be a Labubu unboxing in the future. Things for members to look forward to, I guess. I got to give you guys something, so. Right, where is my mouse? There it is. So, we're going to speed her up. I'm going to put her at 150. Yes. That was fine for me while I was driving. She sounded normal. So I'm going to put her at 150. If she sounds too fast for y'all, let me know. Hoarder's Girl World Edition. Exactly, Glitter. Exactly. So if that's too fast for you guys, let me know. Just, I don't know, put a, stop sign in the comment section if it's too fast for y'all. Because that'll be pretty noticeable. But we're going to start off at 150, 1.5, I guess is what I should say. And I know a lot of you guys have already seen this. I know a lot of you guys have already heard everybody's opinion on it, but I want to go over it myself. Okay, here's my other thing with this. Rosee's been really, really showing her ass lately. And Rosee's been showing her ass in really triggering ways, not necessarily for me, but for a lot of other people. And I can recognize that they are triggering ways, and I kind of just don't want to cover it. Not because I don't think it's important or anything like that. It's just like, I don't want to give it attention, you know? It's kind of like with, well, like Cam. I just don't want to give it attention, right? And I think after this, I think maybe we might cover like stupid Rosee shit, like maybe past Rosee shit. But I think, well, we only have a couple days until the expose. The documentary comes out on the 10th anyway. So I think until the 10th, I think we might back off of Rosee for a little bit anyway, just to wait it out. Which I have a sinking suspicion we might not hear from Rosee until after the 10th anyway. She's probably going to pull another disappearing act. We might see like Insta stories and that kind of shit. George Boo Boo. Ooh. But I don't think we're going to hear too much from her, honestly. But yes, I am an alleged anthropologist. Yes, that is true. Okay. Saying your tatas look like they're ready to flee. I honestly thought about pulling up my melons, my 2 little melons, and sticking them up there, but we might do that, because I know, I hate this dress. I know that she pulls it down at one point, and like, what is that, Lefty? Yeah, Lefty tries to make a run for it. You have actually stayed out of this side of it this weekend, and I'm glad that we are going into the abyss together. Yeah. It's not... Okay, look, it's not... What is not triggering for me is not necessarily not triggering for others. Does that make sense, right? So, like, even though I can sit here and be like, this is stupid and you're a dumbass, does not necessarily mean that I don't recognize that it is multiple times more disturbing for other people, right? That's where I'm trying to go with this. So if you are somebody who has had like SA issues in the past, or you are someone who is not particularly favorable towards predators, then you probably, this is not your stream. Or if you're just wanting to get a good old rage on, stick around. Because we're gonna do that, because Rosee is Rosee, and you know she's got to make everything about her. She's gonna twist everything to be about her. She's gonna blame Girl World because she's got to blame somebody, and she's not going to take any accountability for herself. You are not. So you're gonna stay up there, young, whatever the hell you are. There is a link to the Discord. Kim just pinned it Kim just put it up here. If you decide to join the Discord, most of you heard this at this point. If you decide to join the Discord, be sure to follow the bots. They are there for your safety, but they will also kick you if you do not follow directions. Hello, Lolo Dawn. My left is the small one. She stays contained. Righty, though. She's an escape artist. Yeah, we all got one, don't we? Well, okay, most of us have one. Hoarders should pivot to shaming collectors of Labubus and Funky Pops. I never liked Funko Pops. I have one of the little solid plastic teeny tiny... Do I even have it? Funko Pops, and it's... Where is that damn thing? Maybe I still have it. Anyway, it's, crap, it's the blue guy. Fudge. It sure is. Anyway, I'll show it to you guys when I find it one day. It's just like the little tiny plastic ones. It's the only one I own. Supersonic Noise, welcome back. Thank you. Darcy Diamonds, hello. Did we name the... Oh, this is Weed Bump the Snaxolotl, I think. Or Weed Bump the Destroyer. Your choice. You have the Servius Snape Funko Pop. Everybody, I think, has one somewhere. It should be named Axel. Axel the Axolotl. I'm pretty sure I'm saying axolotl wrong. And this 1970s Spike from... The Funky Pops, like, their eyes are so soulless, I can't look at them. But it's kind of like... Oh, do you guys remember... Do they still make the Dead dolls? I always wanted those. I never could afford to collect them, though. I only have Funko Pops of characters I already love, so I have a few of Loki's and a football player from my team. Yeah, exactly. Four paws. Yondu, that's the one. I have a little tiny Yondu. Ask a lotl, according to Russ. I think that's how I say it, though, BJ. I think I pronounce it that way, to be honest with you. I don't know. I can't hear myself saying it, if that makes sense. All right. Have I put enough warnings at the front end of this? Oh, that's right. You do collect the skull panda thingies, don't you? And those weird, like, crying things. And Mr. Rogers. Smug and smarmy. My daughter got a Funko Pop of me and her father for Christmas. Oh, that's okay. That's adorable. All right, that's cute as hell. Rosie shows her ass a lottle. VJ. I have an extremely sun-faded All Might Funko who sat on my old car dashboard, and 2 Gerard Ways of MCR. Oh, so you got one that you, see, that's the thing with these collectible things. Like, I'm not one of those people that, like, leaves things in the packages, so I'm really bad at collectibles. So I would be like you. I would probably stick it someplace where it would get sun damaged, and I'd be okay with that. But then it would end up being, like, the $300 version of something. That would be me, skateboard. The last thing I collected was Garbage Pail Kids. Yeah. Crybabies are the weird crying things I have too, though. Okay, but if you get one more, that's a collection, Allie. I still have a binder that's showing my age. My Chemical Romance nerd. Oh, it's a Black Parade Funko. Did I hear that they were making a Black Parade musical or something? To completely change the topic. My cabinet of collectibles is a bit full since most of it is plushies. Hey, KY Dad. I've got both of the Reba McEntire Funko Pops, the Fancy Video one, and the Red Dress Modern Reba. Okay, well, I mean, it's Reba McEntire. Yeah, one is Black Parade and one is Revenge Era, not the one with the red eye makeup, though. I'm a country guy. Well... Am I the only one who doesn't collect anything? Oh, I'm sure you collect something, Glitter. You just don't realize. What, you make soap. You collect something. Oof. Oh, that's cool. I actually get that reference. Oh, did you guys not know that there was a... Yes, for those of you who didn't know. See, I knew something. There's going to be a Black Parade... musical. I don't know anything about it, except that it's going to exist at some point. I don't know anything about it. Most people don't say axolotl. Well, no, because it's like, is it Mayan? It's a Mayan word, right? No? Yes? So no one pronounces it correctly. Most people don't say axolotl correctly, so you're in good company. It should be axolotl. Axolotl? With the LT being a click-like sound. Okay, yeah, that's not happening. It doesn't happen in English. Yeah, sorry. You told me that, Allie? Okay, see? I heard it somewhere. Why can't you let me be cool for a minute, Allie? We do collect Girl World drama. That is true, Heather Rose. Nahulatl. Ketis, time has proven that buying yarn and knitting are 2 separate hobbies. Hello, Cloak Uncloak. That is a lot of name, yes. I'm trying to click and I don't think my coworkers approve. Oh, sorry. Swan neck. Sorry. It's a Nahuatl, not Mayan. Okay, gotcha. My bad. It's Nahuatl language. Thank you. I rescued her from Walmart clearance section. Morning from New Zealand. Hello. Azale. I got this one time. Azalinzi. As. I collect livestock. I used to collect My Little Pony. Guar merchandise. Aztec. There we go. Thank you. God, everybody in here knows what it is except me. Look, I don't study. You know what the funny part is? I know I've showed you guys this book several times. This shows you how much even more embarrassed I should be about this. Jeb. Yeah. Jeb, who wrote this book, the spooky archaeology book. Jeb actually studies Aztec culture. That was his main focus of study after, well, he became a PhD, I guess. So, yeah. I should know more about this than I do. But to be fair, it's not my focus. So, I collect Golden Girls merch. The fact that that exists makes me happy. All right. Let's do this. Everybody get your angry pants on. Are we all ready for our angry pants? Let's take a sip of water. All right, so for those of you who are not fully in the know, there's I guess it's a series, actually. I thought it was just going to be a one-time thing, but it looks like there's going to be episodes of a show coming out called Big Girls Wanted, I think. And it's a show about a place in Nevada called Pearadise. The guy's name is Stephan. There are accusations against Stephan by several of the women who stayed at Pearadise or who were part of Pearadise. And the accusations are, use your imagination. And that's what this documentary is supposedly going to explore, is the supposed victims' accusations against Stephan throughout this documentary. At least that's what we're being told. We don't know yet. There's only been like 2 promos, and we don't know yet, all right? And we have one really great soundbite from the first one from Rosee, and if most of you have heard it by this point, they don't tell you the price you'll pay. I don't know who clipped that one for the preview, but that person has earned their money and whatever their like Christmas bonus is for this year. All right, so that's the backstory to all of this. And of course, Rosee's been getting, pushback from Girl World, because only Girl World would push back against Rosee for her bullshit. So Rosee's been getting a lot of criticism and a lot of pushback. She doesn't like it because what the hell does she have to do with Pearadise? It turns out nothing. And so everybody's trying to figure out what the hell she has to do with this documentary. And from what we've been able to put together from the bullshit that she's been spewing out of her mouth, she doesn't have anything to do with Pearadise or Stephan or any of the victims. She's basically, from what I can tell, and others have been able to piece together, she's basically going to be there to tell her feederism, her Fifi story, right? She's just going to be telling her eat her face story again on a national or international television, right? That's, for what we can put together, that's basically what she's going to be doing. Now, we can further speculate that she's going to possibly, this is me speculating, this is speculation, I am speculating that she is at some point going to be accusing Stephan of Eaterfayism, which is the only connection I can come up with as to why the hell she would be on a show about Stephan and Pearadise. So what has happened since, that came out on the 1st? The first preview came out around the 1st. So since then, she's received a lot of criticism from reactors and others. And instead of making her content on her channel, providing her members only content like she's promised, she has not provided that. She has managed to put out the last of her Texas vlogs, calling me out, and then proceeding to go on every TikTok live she can manage to get on. You're streaming it Wednesday? Yeah, I'm sorry about the Eaterfay. So it's going to be streamed Wednesday in the Discord, Kim is saying. I mean, we're going to be possibly maybe sharing popcorn recipes. I don't know how to put that one. Stephan were a real G, he'd invite Remy to Pearadise. Maybe Rory? Maybe. So I think that's got us all caught up. So while Rosee has been bopping in and out of people's TikTok lives, which I will be completely frank with you, I don't understand how they work. They're a different creature altogether. Keemstar over at the LCU has figured out that this is a hot topic. Of course he has. It's Keemstar. We put nothing past the man. The guy is good at what he does, okay? I don't have to like him. He's good at what he does. Keemstar has figured out that Amber's not that interesting anymore. Rosee's coming up. And so Keemstar has been doing things like inviting Stephan onto the LCU and clickbaiting Bus especially with Rosee's picture, and Rosee, of course, being Rosee, I am so offended that he's even using my picture. Get over yourself. Your picture's all over the internet. It's free to use. I'm sorry, that's how it works. Once shit's on the internet, you don't really have you don't really have control of it anymore. So there's that. So Stephan has been getting basically free space to talk about his side of the story on the LCU, thanks to Keemstar. And again, I'm not completely up to date on everything happening over on the LCU yet, and I probably never will be completely up to date. I'm gonna have to catch up on some clip shows, things like that. Bless Snow Bear and Apathetic Facts. Okay, so on top of all of that, Rosee's been hopping in and out of the TikToks, and most egregiously, what has happened that I am aware of is after being in a TikTok live with several of, I'm going to put things in air quotes, it doesn't mean I don't believe the victims, it's just, you know, legalese, the supposed victims. After being in a live with some of them on a TikTok live that Rosee was in with them, and of course the whole damn thing getting derailed because girl world and Rosee not being able to make everything about her, she is in, it was either Zio's live or it was Stephan's live, I don't know. I think it was one of the two. I'm thinking it was Stephan's live. But when you're in a TikTok live, these are things I don't know, but Rosee tries to explain it a little bit later in this thing. They know who's in their lives, which I guess is how Gabe figured out that Rosee was in his lives and blocked her. And I guess Stephan invited her to participate in the live, which is something you can do with TikTok. And so Rosee agreed to be... Are you getting a loading circle? Can everybody see me? Excuse me. Type a 1 if you can hear me. Papa, can you hear me? Okay, we good. All right, we're good. All right, somehow she's in the live. She gets platformed next to Stephan, and that's where things really get bad for her, because her and Stephan, and the blonde woman's name, I believe is Rita. And I've got a clip set up for Rita from Sam at Every Size's video from a year ago. No, 2 years ago? Actually, even longer back than that, because I think it's from 2023. Anyway, the point being, Rosee knows who this woman is. But I've got a clip set up for that one, and Rosee gets into a live with the two of them and a bunch of other people as well, but those two people are the most important. And I don't know why Rosee thought this was a good idea, But Rosee proceeds to try to have a conversation, specifically with Stephan. I don't know why. And that's where we are now. We have this, the name of this live is We Have a Lot to Discuss plus Walmart Pickup Order Haul. You could have stopped at We Have a Lot to Discuss. And you could have stopped with, I'm sorry, that was a bad idea. I won't do it again. But of course it's girl world and the girls can't do that. So that's where we're going to pick up with here. Don't do it. All right, it's just telling me it's full. And so that's where we're going to pick up. Now, I did mention I have her sped up to 1.5 times. So the more I learn about TikTok, the more I, a denizen of the internet since the mid-90s, think World Wide Web may have been a mistake. I don't know, man. Every time I think I'm like, maybe I should go figure out how TikTok works, and then I learn more about TikTok, and I'm like, I'm happy where I'm at. It seems so complicated. Yeah, outlaw. Avoiding accountability at all costs. All right, so here we go. And I haven't tested the sound yet. You won't be able to hear anything because I don't have my headset on. All right, here we go. Does anybody have any questions that I may or may not be able to answer while I fidget with my headset? Yes, no, maybe. It's going to drive me nuts, but who cares? My hair looks like poop crap. All right, ready? Go. My boyfriend. I don't know why Remy's here. This is at 1.5. Just, I want you guys to understand that. There's no sound? Okay. Bop. Bop. All right. What did I fuck up now? Nothing. Okay, cool.
I'm just here. Yeah, you're supposed to be working on stuff in the background. But,
I feel like she's quiet.
It's been a long time since the daytime crowd has seen me at my normal schedule.
Better?
Time. Hello, good to see you. A lot has happened in the wake of the documentary coming out, Big Girls Wanted, Escaping
In the wake of?
Pearadise.
Quiet, Allie. I read the chat sometimes.
I sometimes forget. I operate on like this assumption that like everybody knows what I'm talking about at all times.
She's a little quieter than me. I can turn her up a little more. I can also not talk over her. That could help.
And that's just not the reality, you know? And it's been a minute since I've been live on my own platform.
We can hear the tits loud and clear. The ittays. We can hear the ittays loud and clear.
But mid last week, I was all over TikTok, and there's a lot to discuss.
You were all over TikTok, yes. We noticed. Even I noticed, and I was gone for 3 days.
And I don't want to shy away from that, but I want to try to give as much context and explanation as possible, because I know a lot of my supporters, y'all don't keep up with reaction channels. You don't keep up with like.
Girl, over half of the people who are subscribed to you are reaction channels. They are either reaction channels or they are reaction channel watchers. What delusional world do you live in?
Like all the other stuff happening on all the other platforms. So I cannot expect
supersonic noise. How dare
you guys all to know all that, right? And I did not want to come back on my platform and like act like nothing happened. That felt really disingenuous to me.
You do that pretty routinely, so all right, let's go.
And
Ruby.
So many things have happened that I don't know.
No one cares.
But I want to just kind of give you guys a bit of an update about
Strawberries Cream. I'm so happy Remy was able to visit. Hoping you have a blessed and beautiful time with him. Can we discuss what the price is that they don't tell you about? Oh, never mind.
Why I've been so quiet the past week.
That's just top chat.
And everything that's going on. So I will be talking about some stuff that involves like heavier themes. I promise you, I'm not going to be getting graphic and anything, but certain terms might get thrown around.
Well, Allie, that's because her chest is basically completely out. So, hello, H2O rat. Someone has been using. I don't. Excuse me. She's been throwing some big words around lately. Do I not have the Eater Fey word blocked? I swear to God, I blocked it. Sorry, Swan Neck. Yeah, some certain words are no-goes. Stop it. Ah, I see. I don't have it with the S yet.
Like, when I have to talk about the Amber of it all regarding CSAM, the fact that this entire documentary revolves around people who are victims of SA.
It's okay, Swan Neck.
Be careful of because of YouTube's guidelines and all that. So, just there is going to be some, like, serious conversation. My brother's going to be...
We can use Pig Latin, though. Exercise your Pig Latin from high school.
In about an hour. He's getting home a little early today. So that's...
Allie, you know the conversation is serious when the cleavage is a mile long. Cat hairs.
Well, there is also, like, in the title, like, Walmart pickup haul, because I did a little pickup order of some stuff. But I want to just kind of talk everything out first. So, obviously, I'm a little nervous. So, as my members know, on Friday, I canceled my member stream. And I did that because, one, I had said the week prior that the new expectation moving forward is I'm only guaranteeing 2 a month, but I'll do my best to meet it every week. And I really didn't want to do it this past week, but I realized that was going to be my first time going live.
I really want to try to make my members quota that I changed already since I've been back from Tejas, but I've already failed doing that, and screw you guys, I'm going home.
After
didn't grow up around Pig Latin, can't relate. It's basically you take the first consonant of a word, you move it to the end of the word and add AY to it. If there's a vowel at the beginning of the word, you just add AY to the end of the word. That's it. Which is why when the words start with a vowel, they're a little harder to hide with the Pig Latin. But things like Eater Fey, you just move the F to the end and add AY. Or EY, it's up to you. Hello, baby girl. Baby girl. That's what I call my cat. Is this the live she did during Zachary Michael's charity stream? I don't know. That one I can't tell you.
After me speaking to Stephan directly and everything, and I didn't want the potential of me talking about anything being behind a paywall just to come off a certain way. I didn't want that to be a barrier for people if they wanted to see what I was saying or doing directly after all that. And
I'm gonna slow her down. Sorry. She's too fast for me to comment. So she says she didn't want the first live that she did after going live with Stephan to be behind a paywall. Because I guess she wanted her apology to be available to everyone to view and comment on.
That felt wrong. So that's ultimately, and also I was just not ready to talk yet, which I'll get into. I was just not in the right frame of mind.
I wasn't ready to talk yet to my audience, but I will talk to everyone else's audience. That I was up for. The paper plate, yeah. Was it? Did Susan make a comment? Susan left a beautiful comment. Is it still here? Is the Susan comment still here? Please let the Susan. It is! Or is this a new one? Oh no, it got edited. Susan says, "Hello, love. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the apology stream. Just a wee request. Could you please be a dear, and when you leave frame and return, could you count down for us before you show yourself again on stream? My dog, Sherbert, gets a fright, barks and wakes up the neighbors when you suddenly pop on stream. Sherbert is used to seeing people on the TV, but something about you in particular startles him. All the best, dearie, Susan." It's fucking Susan. And someone says, "Toxic passive aggression is not a good look, dearie." And someone says, "I know, right? Rosee is terrible for being toxically passive aggressive." Susan. Oh, Lord. Oh, we are not going to talk about my hair. I know, Susan. Susan's the MVP tonight. I know, it's amazing. I'm surprised it's still up there. I know, poor Sherbert. Hey, Theo, how's it going? Hey, Caden, how's it going? And Tessa, I saw you sneak in. I didn't mean to. Hey, Saipez. Who else has gotten in here? Susan from accounting. Gotta love her. Poor Sherbert.
So, starting...
Strawberries cream. How did you not get booted? Rosee, can you tell us what the price is? I have mountain bike is still here. Hi, Rosee. You're turning into a movie star. Hope you're doing okay with all the craziness going on. All right.
I guess it was Wednesday. I'll be honest, the exact dates of these are fuzzy for me.
They've all got timestamps. I don't know why they're fuzzy for you.
I have not seen any reactionary content. I haven't seen any of the clip playbacks.
Put a X in the chat to doubt.
All of it. I'm going off my own memory here, so if they're not exact, I do apologize. I'm doing the best that I can on that front. Leading up to what I think was on Wednesday, I'm pretty sure it was Wednesday. Stephan and the Pearadise people had really been like coming at me. That
and the Pearadise people. Mm-hmm.
Day in particular, he posted a TikTok of a meme tagging me, and he was just constantly poking and prodding at me.
Stephan was picking on me, you guys. I know he has real victims who have real trauma, who have real stories that they were really trying to get out there. But Stephan was picking on me on Wednesday.
Alongside all the shit that I've been dealing with Pro World and everything. And
Jamie, snug? Snug or screaming for its life?
I was definitely at my wit's end about it, to be real.
Mm-hmm.
And just trying to navigate this situation without,
Well, I mean, this is what happens when you stick your nose in everybody's business. I mean, eventually somebody's going to snap back. You can't go running around sticking your nose in everybody's tent and not expecting somebody to, like, smack you in the face. It's just... I know literally everyone else in your life enables the shit out of you, but not everybody in the world is okay with you doing that. And you finally have found a few people who don't appreciate it. And I'm not defending Stephan. I'm just pointing out people like Stephan have no problem snapping back. What are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do to him? He clearly doesn't have a problem with, like, pushing personal boundaries. That's what this entire documentary is going to be about. So why did you think you were going to be treated any differently than any of his other victims? I mean, or was that the point? Did you see a bear and you were like, ooh, and you just started poking it until it finally swatted you so that you could sit there and cry about it? Because that's kind of what it seemed like. And still seems like. It feels like you figured out that Stephan will take a swing. And so you just keep poking at him until he finally took a swing. And now you want to cry about it because Stephan took a swing. You started the fight. You're like my little girl cat. She likes to go up to the other two boy cats and she likes to start shit. Like, she really does. She'll swat at them. She'll smack them on the head. She'll bite their tails. She'll start all kinds of shit with them, and they'll let it go. They'll let it go. They'll let it go until they finally they'll just chase her, right? And they so much as even turn around and look at her, and she just starts screaming bloody murder. And I'm just like, I'm not coming to your rescue. I know you started it, right? I'll watch her do it. And I'm just like, I'm not saving you. And that's all she wants. She just wants to get a rise out of the other two cats, right? So that she can be like, Mom! And I'm like, no, I'm not coming to save you. That's what you're doing. I'm not defending Stephan. I'm just pointing out. Anyway. Yeah, swan neck. See, guys, I'm a victim. Yeah, I mean, if you stick your hand in the fire, you're gonna get burned. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not reading that out loud, but yeah, I mean, it's... Hello, Scooter. My youngest dog does the same thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't get it, but yeah, it's a behavior I see in animals and in like pets. Teddy. Yeah, I've got that pulled up too.
Hurting people has also been something I'm trying to figure out as well.
Sorry, what?
And hurting people is also...
Sorry.
And just trying to navigate this situation without, you know, hurting people has also been something I'm trying to figure out as well.
AKA, I'm trying to figure out how to not take shit out on people and then blame them for it. Okay.
And I had been keeping up really heavily through stuff while still trying to like protect myself because I'm not trying to watch reaction shit about me.
So why are you?
I did catch some shit because I was spending a lot of time the week leading up to that, like watching Ziomara's lives.
I'm not trying to watch reaction stuff about me, but I was watching reaction stuff about me. Okay.
And all of that. And so...
They absolutely were not Yami. No one in here was behaving at all. Hello, Halloween Town. How are you doing?
I had caught some things here and there in that regard, but, you know, I was heavily involved in the conversation. And there had been a few times where I went to, like, lurk in Stephan's live, and I don't...
Why? Why were you in Stephan's live, period? Why?
Do that shit with, like, a fake account.
Also, why? Do you think it's some kind of fucking badge of honor?
I don't. Stephan, by the way, is the guy that's going to be talked about and featured primarily in the documentary that's coming out.
And aren't I brave, guys? Aren't I brave? I go into Stephan's live and I lurk in Stephan's live and I use my real name when I lurk in Stephan's live. Aren't I brave, guys? Look at how brave I am. I go into Stephan's live and I lurk in Stephan's live so he can see that it's me. Stephan can see that it's me lurking in his live. Aren't I brave? Look how brave I am, you guys. I hang out in Stephan's live all the time with my real name so he knows it's me.
So lurking just means like sitting in the back, like you're just watching. Like there's a lot of people that lurk my lives. Like they don't interact in the chat. They might not even subscribe.
How dare you lurk in my chat? Every single one of you lurking in my chat right now. You interact with this chat right now. I don't know. Could you imagine?
They're just watching, right? So that's what I was doing.
No, you weren't. You were hanging out in Stephan's live with your real name in TikTok, knowing that he could see that you were there. Doing, see me, senpai, see me, senpai, see me, senpai, see me, notice me, notice me.
On multiple occasions. On TikTok, when you join a live, it says so-and-so joined. And
yeah, see?
So when they can see my name and they know who I am, they know.
Dear Ambelina. I mean, you didn't have to. Hello, Graveyard Flowers. Hello, Tea with Unicorn. Hey, Kicking Geese. Who else did I scare out of here? Hello, MRSP. Hello, Orbits. What is this? Amanda can't come to the phone. Hello. Figure if I'm gonna yell at you, I should at least acknowledge your existence. Hello, Uncomfortable Ginger. Hello, Riley.
They know I'm in there, right? And like, I don't operate behind fake alt accounts on TikTok or YouTube or shit. Like, I don't do that. The only anonymous accounts I have are on Reddit.
I don't use fake accounts. The only fake accounts I have are on Reddit, where I like to write spicy articles about Zachary Michael because I like to write bullshit about him and then claim that I didn't do it so that later on I can pretend like I didn't do that and be like, oh my god, I didn't know anything. It was completely innocent. I totally didn't write that snark account about him. Everyone knows it was you.
And that's because Reddit is an anonymous form, right?
Tessa Smithers, why is she still wearing the star dangles? I think they're like grafted onto her head at this point. Hello, Ray Ray Viper.
So,
hello, Bell Pepper. I don't think I said hi to you earlier. Hello, Tin Kicks. Yeah, Tin Kicks. My intrusive thoughts right now. I saw your comment, by the way, on her video.
leading up to that, I had a lot I wanted to say to him and would have wanted to have a conversation with him about, but I did not believe it would be possible.
Okay. Leading up to that, I had a lot I wanted to say. Oops. I had a lot I wanted to say. Don't fuck with me. To him. Why don't I just go to the fucking transcript? God, you take forever to talk.
And would have wanted to have a
And would have wanted to
conversation with him about, but
have a conversation with
I
him
did not
about,
believe it would be possible.
but I did not believe it would be possible. Who was the guy from To Catch a Predator? Hey, Crimson Amanda. You caught me. Well, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Wait. I want to make sure your name was actually... Did I get the name right? Yay! Wait, Bewitchy sent jewels? I gotta check this out more. And just Janie sent flowers? Thank you! I didn't see either of those two things, but thank you guys for sending the jewels. Gotta go check out fan funding more often. It lies to me. Anne Marie. There we go. See, I knew I needed to stretch that out. Thank you, Crimson Anne Marie. I appreciate the super chat. I really do. Chris Hansen. Thank you. Yay. She thinks she's Chris Hansen. She wants to walk up to Stephan and be like, Stephan, you need to have a seat. She thinks she's fucking Chris Hansen over here. Yeah, why don't you have a seat over there? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's admitting right now that she wanted to get caught watching their live. Yeah, exactly. Oops. There we go.
To have any kind of productive conversation.
Well, I'm not saying Chris Hansen is great. I'm just saying she thinks she's Chris Hansen over here. Yeah, that worked out well.
Until that day,
Uh-huh.
I joined the live.
Uh-huh.
And
I thought you said you lurked in his live all the time.
he did what he was doing. He was just, I mean, to his own admittance.
She can't even walk up to anybody like Chris Hansen did. That's mean, but true. Rob Pattinson is Chris Hansen.
Admittance, like bullying me.
Admittance is not a word. Okay, it is a word, but it's not the word you want. Admittance means you're allowing someone into something. They are paying you and you are saying, please come sit in. Well, I guess take a seat. So maybe it is the word you're looking for. Admitting. He just admitted to it bullying me. Look, I don't mind when you mispronounce a word. I mispronouncing or having an accent is one thing, but admittance is not admitting. Right? You have admittance because you have a ticket to get in. Who would have thought the kid from Twilight was such a good actor? I mean, I heard he only took that role because he, like, hated the character. Well, okay. Glitter. Her first language is English. She grew up here. She went through our education system. Maybe I've just answered my own questions. Yeah, exactly, Orbits. Admittance should only be on Bilbo's antisocial sign. Still means you're not allowed in. It doesn't mean you're admitting to something. Yeah, Heather, it's not an honest mistake. This is her just trying to sound smart, and it's not working out because she's using the wrong word. You're common. U.S. education system for the win! Yeah. Rosee has admittance into Girl World. Yep. She made her own door, didn't she? I'm so glad you're covering her kicking geese.
And I finally said to him, because I was just fed up, and I said, I mean, the real
Piper Lou, thank you for the flowers. I appreciate it.
question is, was I even talking about you in terms of the trailer?
Was I even talking about you? You're so vain. You probably think this quote is about you. You're so vain. Sorry. Sorry, Glitter. Do you know that song?
And I watched it dawn on him for like the first time that like, oh, maybe this isn't all about me, you know? And
did he though? Did he? I don't think Stephan thinks like that. I'm almost positive Stephan thinks everything is about him. I'm not trying to say Stephan is a good person. I don't think he is. I think Stephan thinks everything is about him at all times. That wasn't nice. Horrible.
I felt like there was an opportunity for a conversation. And so we had one.
She knows the words, but she doesn't know how to use them correctly. Yes, Ray Viper, yes. Yes, Yami. Kicking Geese is picking up Rosee here and there. Yeah. It's kind of fun to watch, actually. Yep, she busted through that door like the Kool-Aid man, Adrian. Yep. The real... Yep, I can do this one. The real... DeVille, yeah. Stop, now I'll have that in my head. Good. That is my job. No, that's not Star Effers. Well, I mean, it might be in Star Effers, but it's an actual song. You're gonna do a few more lives about her this week? Excellent. She thinks she ate with that line. I know. I coined her the parasocial climber in Pulpy's chat. That's a good one. That's a good one. It's Carly Simon. Yeah, thank you. Couldn't remember the singer. Thank you. Strange coincidence. Is it? I think you're pulling my leg over here.
And that's clipped all over. I don't know how much. I don't know if someone clipped the whole thing and did it unedited.
That's right, Found Fiber Arts. See, this is why we're never getting through this goddamn video. That's right, she has hundreds of people reacting to her daily. I was gone for 3 days.
I would hope so, because from the bits and headlines that I've caught.
The bits and headlines? The hell?
I've seen a lot of the picking and choosing of certain moments and things like that, but that's just what Go does. So I hope that that's the one thing about TikTok lives that suck is there's no replay.
Oh my god. Nobody can keep track of how many people are actually talking about you. Oh my god. You should record those for posterity, Rosee. You should record your own infamy so that the rest of us can react to it. You should start your own totally not a sock account YouTube channel where you could upload these TikToks so that other people could react to them, so that we could make sure to react to the TikToks about you. That way you could be way more famous. You could have more bits and headlines out there about you. I know it's chapping your ass that reaction channels aren't reacting faster to the TikTok lives. Yeah.
To see it.
You have to stop taking a break from Girl World. It explodes every time I leave. It feels that way. It really does. Hello, Jenny Lynn. Hello, Curly Content. Curly, 7 minutes behind in the chat. Wahaha. I know where you are. Yeah, hundreds of reactors, yeah.
Directly from the source if you weren't there, unedited.
Uh-huh. Oh, I'm sorry, it's unedited. I have given you the solution to this problem several times, and you refuse to take me up on it.
But I had a conversation with him where I thought I made it clear that I was like, we're not friends. I'm not here to, get a friendship out of this. I just want to have a conversation.
Why? This goes back to when you were baiting Amber into leaving you angry DMs by commenting in Tommy's comment section on Instagram. Nobody really gave a shit that you were getting angry DMs from Amber. No shit. Amber is well documented to be unstable. and well documented to react that way when people get too close to her girlfriends. No one was fucking surprised. What everyone wanted to know was, why the hell were you in Tommy's comment section to begin with? Why were you talking to Tommy to fucking begin with? And now I am asking the same damn question. Why were you talking to Stephan in the first damn place? There is no reason for you to be talking to Stephan. There is, let me repeat, no good goddamn reason for you, Rosee, to be talking to Stephan. None. Literally none. So why are you in Stephan's lives on a live chat, a TikTok live stream with Stephan? That is the long and the short of it. This whole ass. Where are we from here on out? Also, this face. We're keeping this face. We are 8.5 minutes into the hour that I'm going to cover of this. Everything after this is irrelevant. Because why the fuck were you talking to Stephan? Question mark. I don't really care about the rest of it. The rest of it is just you making a bigger ass of yourself. Thank you for the gems there, Jenny. She's a huge pick-me, Kicking Geese. There's 100% chance that she's DMing Tommy. Yeah, probably. Send me a DoorDash. Probably. I mean, there is literally no reason. And I did say I was going to save this one. Print screen. Why am I saving it? I don't know. It might be a thumbnail one day. She just looks surprised at herself. Oh shit, I said these words. They came out of my mouth. I want that. There we go. Scar's like, what did Scar say? You should listen to the words that come out of your mouth. They come out of your mouth. And I'm like, funny that you think she actually like hears them. She doesn't think about the words that come out of her mouth. She really, honest to God, thinks she's like building a defense here. She really thinks that she is defending her behavior and that she is making a logical defense of her behavior, her past behavior in these last lives. Like, oh, I thought I was going to have a conversation with him. Why? It's like, oh, I thought I was going to have a conversation with the devil. To what end? It's the devil. What are you going to talk to the devil about? It's not like you're a saint. You're not God. What are you going to talk to the devil about? You know, it's just like, who the fuck do you think you are? This is why I'm going back to, she must think she's Chris Hansen and she's going to be like, haha, gotcha. Got what? You're not one of his victims. You're not in need of closure. You're not going to confront him about something. You have nothing to confront him about. You're not like some FBI deep mole, unless you are, and we don't know, but I doubt it seriously. Like, what the fuck do you possibly have to talk to Stephan about? You'll talk to Stephan all goddamn day, apparently, or night, but you won't talk to Keemstar, who is equally as sleazy. You apparently run away from Tommy and Amber if they come into the chat because reasons. I don't know what those are, but reasons. Who else scared you away? HRH popped in? HRH popped in and apparently confronted you about some comments that you made about them, and you were like, I'm out. Oh, God, run away. But you'll sit on a live with Stephan because look how ballsy you are. You're so brave, Rosee. You sat on a chat with a predator after talking to their Victims, I have to do that, I'm sorry. With their victims the night before. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you expected people to do there. Q Oiler gives him way more leeway than anyone else. Yeah. The magical D. Oh yeah, Michael B. Petty said her running. Thank you, Brandon, yes. She threatened to leave if Michael B. Petty was in the chat. I know, Michael B. Petty was great. She loves that TikToks aren't recorded. Yeah, because I think she both loves it and hates it. Because there's no record of it as far as she thinks, but obviously there is. But also she hates it that she can't have like that unedited version of whatever the fuck she thought she was saying. But anyway. Yeah, she showed Stephan more respect than she shows her chat a lot of the time. I didn't catch the entire thing, but I did catch snippets here and there. And I definitely caught some pieces where her name's Rita, right? The blonde lady, where her and Rita started talking, and that was frightening. That was like watching her and who was the guy without the shirt that she brought on? The guy with the big arms. Bad guy? Yeah, I think his name was Bad Guy. He's got another name, but his one name is Bad Guy. Watching him manipulate the shit out of her on her own chat because she was so giggly. That was frightening too. And it was like watching the same thing. Only the two of them were like trying to circle talk each other. And I was just like, you two are, she's better at it than you are. Rita was better at it than Rosee was, but it was the same fucking thing. Dragnot, thank you. Yeah, that was his actual name. Light-skinned bad guy, yeah. Brandon says, I'm just confused as A can't mention her Fever pass, her Eater Fey pass, can't mention anything during her Girl World time either. Her pass is basically off limits. Yeah, she's like Amber. Yeah, she's like Amber. Anything in the past is the past. You can't bring it up. You can't hold me accountable for it. You know, why are you bringing up yesterday? Today is today. Caden says, someone said she showed more respect to Stephan than Remy because she didn't finish all of Stephan's sentences for him. She's scared of Stephan. Circle talk. I'm glad. Thank you, random no name. Shadow Mina says, my theory is that she doesn't know what way the documentary is going to lean because ID is shady and seems to have lied to all involved. So Ross is playing the fence and wants to be on the side that looks better. Yeah, I am of the opinion. Dear Ambelina, did you just become a member? Welcome to the interns. Mwahaha. Did I miss that? I'm so sorry if I did. But yeah, there seems to be, and I also believe this, that ID seems to have given everybody, or at least several different stories out to several different people. Ali also brought that up in the mod chat. And I'm not surprised. This seems to be the way that these things work. Things like ID and, Jubilee. They seem to be giving everybody the story they want to hear in order to get them to show up. Ah, well, good. Thank you for joining. Thank you for becoming a member. So, yeah, I get to rambling and I don't notice things. I apologize. I'm a terrible person. And my mods were probably yelling at me. So, people get grace. Ray Viper says, people get grace for past indiscretions after they've shown demonstrable change. Yeah. It's that demonstrable change part that she's not showing. Supersonic Noise says, I mean, grain of salt that they might not have seen the full picture of what direction they would go until all the interviews were in. I don't know how much angle they have at the outset. I mean, I see what you're saying. Like, you know, investigative. Yeah, you know, oh, we're going to go investigate this. Let's go do interviews. I can see how that's coming in, but I feel like sometimes I feel like they might like lead with something like with Stephan. Oh, we want to do a story about Pearadise and how you're a cool guy. you know, but then when they're talking to his victims, they're like, we want to give you a platform to tell, you know, your story and how you were victimized. I mean, they're not going to go to Stephan and be like, oh, we want to, you know, talk to you about the women you victimized. They're probably not going to do that. They might. Stephan's got a big enough ego. He might fall for that. Not fall for that, but he might actually step up for that one. I don't know. I just assume that Rosee has a small part about what is it like to be in this community outside of Pearadise. Rosee's going to talk about eaterfeism, and that's it. I know. I'm not moving it until I'm ready to talk. No yellow shirt or black dress today. Yeah, she's just there to talk about eaterfey. It'd be great if she was only there for that one little soundbite.
He did directly apologize to me for bullying me, which I did not expect.
That's so nice that you got an apology. How special. How special. You guys. Stephan apologized for bullying her. Did he apologize to any of his other victims? Crickets? Oh, okay. How special of you, Rosee, to get an apology from Stephan. You must feel so empowered.
And some people gave me shit for not apologizing back, which I purposefully didn't do because of my own reasons.
No one gave you shit for not apologizing to Stephan. If you had apologized to Stephan, this would be even worse. Okay?
And because ultimately, I wasn't the one poking and prodding at him.
You want to walk that one back? You can't even look at your... You can't even keep your eyes open not looking at the computer. Sorry. You can't even lie with your eyes open not looking at the camera. You damn well know you were poking and prodding at him. But go on.
And so...
Yeah, that eye flickering thing that she's doing, that rapid eye blinking thing. Yeah, if you watch the body panel, they talk about it a lot. You'll see it with people... Well, when they show it a lot with people who are on, what's that called when you go to court and they have you up on the stand? The interrogation stand? Yeah, that's not right, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Witness stand. There we go. The witnesses will do it, especially when they're getting caught in inconsistencies. It's a brain reset, right? And it typically happens when there's an inconsistency between the story, a cognitive dissonance between the story that the witness is telling and the evidence that's being presented, or the questions that are being asked by the the counter questioner. I have big words today too. But that blinking is the brain resetting because there's a conflict, right, between the story that's in the witness's head and the facts that are being presented in the moment, right? It essentially can be in this kind of a situation, no one's interrogating her. She's just telling a story, right? So the only conflict that's occurring is the conflict in her own head with her own words, which typically, yeah, LaFay, she's getting a lot of that. Wouldn't it be something if there was a standalone Rosee subplot episode we could get interviews with her past friends? Woof. I think we would have heard something if there had been interviews. But yeah, the only conflict that's occurring in her head right now that requires a reset is her own story. So... Swanneck says, I do that when I'm confused, but I'm autistic, so I could be... No, you do it when you're confused because that's what happens. Your brain's resetting. Rosee's confusing herself. That's my point. Yummy. As long as I don't look at faces, they can't hurt me. That's true. Faces don't exist as long as you don't look at her. If at her age she can't admit her wrongdoings... she probably never will. True. Yeah, Allie, she thinks she's more important than she is. Yeah, so I mean, it's It's not always a sign of lying. It's really not. It's a sign of resetting. That's really all it is. You get confused and you're like, shit, what did I just do? What did I just see? What am I thinking? That kind of a thing. But the only thing that's confusing her right now is herself. What's confusing you, Rosee? The shit you're saying? Why is the shit you're saying confusing you? Occam's razor says, yeah, you don't have to have a good memory if you don't lie. That's where I'm going. I'm really curious as to what's in Stephan's NDAs. I think Stephan probably has as hard of a time not breaking his NDAs as this one does, because Stephan has equally as large an ego. You gotta go make dinner. Ooh, what are you making? What are you making, Kicking Geese, before you leave? Caden says she made a fool of herself and Stephan and his PR. She made a fool of herself and Stephan and his PR couldn't believe their luck for a way to make it seem like the women coming out against him are misguided just like her. Yeah, and that's the issue, Caden. That's one of the major issues. Along with the grape apology. So, because she is a lie. Exactly, Uncomfortable Ginger. Hey, Rex. One person enters, another one. One person leaves, another one enters. Yeah, that's the problem. She doesn't think about other people when she does shit like this. She doesn't realize how her actions affect other people. All she can think about is how cool, how awesome, how important she's going to look. Like how much of a victim she's going to look when Stephan starts picking on her, or how awesome it is that Stephan apologized to her, right? That's all she thinks about. She doesn't think about how Stephan can twist this and use her to make the other women coming after him look awful, right? Well, Rosee looks like a crazy woman. What about the other women? He's already said, what did he say? Women are herd animals? Like, he literally said that. And when somebody was like, excuse me, he goes, well, they have a herd animal mentality. And it was like, you want to try that again? And he's like, no, I'm good. It's like, okay, well, now that I know what you think of women, that cleared a bunch of shit up. So, hello, Jenny, T1, okay. Hello, Jenny. Yeah, exactly, Brandon. He was like, no, I said what I said. Yeah, no, I'm not joking. Like, I'm almost positive I'm quoting him on that one. How did I not get that one word? No, Allie. That wasn't an English isn't his first language. Oops. That wasn't an English isn't my first language. Oopsie. And he's been in the U.S. long enough for that not to be a good enough excuse anymore. I'm sorry. His English is just fine. Oh, yeah, that was amazing when she said that to him, though. I know English isn't your first language. That man speaks better English than you do. That man has a better understanding of English than you do, Rosee. No. Oh, no, I caught it, Shadow. She is, yeah. Yeah. Hey, Curvy Asparagus. Right, so... Yeah, I mean, it's not like he was throwing slang around. That was... People know what herd animals are. So... what was I ranting about? Anyway.
I wanted that to stop, and I wish in hindsight, like what I know now, I wish I had seen how being as neutral as I was.
What is there to be neutral about? There are things you can be neutral about, all right? There are things that you maybe should be neutral about. I'm not entirely sure this was maybe one of them. You know, there's certain things in life that you just, if you're gonna be neutral about something like this, you maybe just shouldn't talk about it. Right? If you're not ready to take a stand one way or the other on a topic like this, you should maybe just not talk about it. Right? It's one of those, what is it? You know, it's better to be silent and let everyone think you're a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt kind of a thing, which you're not very good at. You know, if nobody knows what your stance is, they can't really come at you for it. Right? So if you want to be neutral because you don't know where you stand. Some people are like that. Fine. Just maybe keep it to yourself. Okay? But when you come out and you're like, I'm going to be Switzerland. About what? Whether or not he, can I say, violated people? Several women? You're going to be neutral about that? That guy? Who kind of sort of is like, yeah. Really? That's the stance you want to take? On the internet? Really? And then you're like, why is everybody mad at me? Really? Okay. Does anyone know how he made his money? Because he's clearly loaded, which would make one assume he's smart enough to be successful at something. I wonder that too, Allie. I really do. I'm pretty sure he even mentioned sheep, so yeah, he knew what he was saying. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe maybe he made his money in herding. Livestock. Maybe that would make sense, actually, Oliver. Shadowina says, I heard he was investing. I just don't remember what. Yeah, Ray, I am mildly surprised she hasn't blamed psychosis yet. Yeah, all this coming from a woman who said that there's not a police report, it didn't happen, right? Hey, I shouldn't pride my rice. He's a tech professional. I feel like that's right, baby girl. Also, like, at this point, he's constantly streaming. So I'm thinking the majority of his money that he's making now is the money he's making now is coming from online streaming. I feel like that's what he's making his money off of now. His dad invented something. Interesting. I don't know. I mean, the internet exists. I could go look it up, but I'm not going to do it. Right, LaFay. Right. Yeah. But wait, she stands with victims, children, marginalized people, and pets when it's convenient. Right. Oh no, orbits. Yeah, I've heard the Stephan thing. I've heard that, yeah. Hey, lovely pigeon. He made a chip thing you plug into a specific car to remotely put up and down the top on a convertible while driving. All right. Hey, Crab Life. Well, I did warn everybody at the beginning. Okay, so the chip thing, we're getting close. I like this. It's like charades. It's like charades. That's funny. Shit. All right, anyway. Pardon me.
Could have had a far more negative net impact than I was cognizant to. Because
You actually use that correctly.
And I'm going to get back and kind of readdress things, but there's just so much to cover here. Because after that happened...
There's nothing to cover. You shouldn't have been in a live with Stephan. I get wanting to keep track of the guy. I really do. Like, I get wanting to know what your enemy is saying. I get wanting to know, like, the girls. I get wanting to keep track of what... I don't view the girls as my enemies, but they are an interest of mine, right? I need to at least be vaguely aware of what's happening. So I understand wanting to keep track of what they're saying, what's going on. I used to be better at this than I am right now. I understand that. Like, I do. But you know, if you go into his TikTok live, he's going to see you. So why do you not take measures to protect yourself? That's what sock accounts are for, among other things, right? It takes no time to create a sock account so that you can safely go into Stephan's lives and lurk, which is what you said you wanted to do anyway. So what difference does it make if you create a sock account and lurk quietly? No typing, no interacting with the chat, just turn it on and listen with your earballs. You know, maybe even record it so that you can play it back later. Oh wait, that would take effort. You'd have to actually learn how to use something like OBS. You know? Why not do that if that's really all you wanted to do, is just keep track of what he's saying? Because it's not. What you want is to be seen. What you want is to be noticed. What you want is to be able to talk to him and confront him and show everybody how cool and awesome you are because Big Bad Rose took on Stephan. You didn't, though, did you? You showed your ass and he spanked you. And everybody's calling you on it because it was a stupid thing to do. And now you're mad because you know it was a stupid thing to do and you got caught. But you're not going to take responsibility for it. You're going to pretend like you're going to, but now you're going to blame everybody else. No. Not really, Sangy, but I mean, for comedy's sake, sure. Almost, should it be cognizant of? Maybe. What did she say? Cognizant or cognizant? I mean... It sounded right to my ear, but my anger pants were on at the start, be advised. My angry pants. Sadly, she hasn't fallen into the lol trap of, I just need one more post to clear this up. Yeah, basically, just stop talking about it. Remember to hydrate each time she tries to gaslight. Exactly. Why are they called sock accounts? I don't actually know. I always thought it was because, like, sock puppets. That's why I think they're called sock accounts. I could be wrong, though, Ruby. Not the earballs. Yeah, she wanted attention. Nikki, I'm afraid to watch it because, Scar was saying she got hit for having that click. It's a sock puppet. I'm right. Woo! I was right about something. I was right about a thing for once. I am a little afraid about the price we will pay. You know what? We can go watch it. The worst they're gonna do is demonetize this, and I can just cut it out later. It's fine. They'll just take it down. It's not a copy. It's not a... Yeah, it's not like a full-ass strike, right? It was just the soundbite clip. She said it wasn't for the full-on thing. Maybe they don't care about the full-on thing. Maybe they just care about her using the clips. So there's 3 of them now, right? Or is this the new one? There's only the 2. I have the weirdest things in my... What is it? Big Girls Wanted is? Big Girls Wanted? I have heartburn. Vision behind Pearadise. Big Girls Wanted escaping Pearadise. Is that what I'm looking for? We'll click on this. I reposted their whole trailer cut up and didn't get any strike. Okay. Well, maybe it's just because of the clip. What drew Savvy to Pearadise? Big girls wanted. Okay. This is from an hour ago. All right. This is Savvy. They do have the vision behind Pearadise. Okay, that's his thing. Okay, well, let's watch this. Give us a second. Give us a moment. Okay, there we go. Alright, this is the new preview. This is 1:30. I'll slow it down. Okay, it's already slowed down. We're good. You guys ready? Can I say @Faye activism? Can I say the word @Faye? Alright, yeah, so we're watching this as an educational reaction. Well, we are, though, because we want to see what this is. We want to see who Savvy is. We want to know... Is her name Drew Savvy, or is it Savvy? Well, we're going to learn that, too. This is the back of Stephan's head, though. I'm 90% sure of that. And to be fair, I'm probably going to stop it a million times anyway, so... Or a spoonful of mustard. Interesting. Did I know that? No, I've never heard that before. You are prepared to be educated. Everyone, prepare to have your mind blown. Take off your angry pants and put on your education hats. The back of Stephan said, yes, here's my anthropology hat. There we go. Are we ready? We have our learning hats on. Why do you guys put up with me? Ready? Let's go.
For the young girls who are coming in that don't really have a lot of experience.
Oh, this is definitely not in support of fat acceptance whatsoever. I'm sorry, no. Your brain is already expanding? No pants, hats only. Yes, right. Random no name. We are listening with our earballs. Why not both? Because I don't support... Oh, you can have your angry pants and your learning hats? All right, we got to back this up now. Oh, okay. See, we're learning things because Caden did research for us. Thank you, Caden. Okay, I did my research, and Stephan is one of the founders of a company called Mods for Cars who sold the microchip for cars, but he didn't invent it. Okay. Will there be a quiz? Yes, Found Fiber Arts. I'm not sure what that looks like yet. What, am I saying that I don't support fat activism after the clip? I think, do I? I don't know. I think I do have some resources in my description of my videos that I will transfer into the description of this video if someone reminds me afterwards. I will totally do that. And I will read my mod chat from here on out. Yes. We got a full outfit. We don't have a shirt yet. What kind of shirt are we wearing? Careful of the docs. Did I dox myself? No, there are no doctor's notes from this quiz. And you don't get extra time. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Oh, there's an there's an engagement chain of order. Good God. Oh, is that a dox? Oh, shit. Yeah, I didn't think about that one. My bad. Well, I'll cut that out later. Raspberry beret. Sassy shirts. I suppose we can do sassy shirts. Ah, okay. Everybody forget what I said about Stephan. He's not mentioned it? Okay, okay. Well, if it's on like a... Where did you find it, Caden? Don't... Well, I kind of want to know where you found it, but at the same time, I don't want to get in more trouble.
Learn quite a bit when you come to Pearadise.
Let's back this up. All right, there's the back of the man's head.
For the young girls who are coming in that don't really have a lot of experience, you learn quite a bit when you come to Pearadise.
Isn't that one of the girls that stays there?
I was 19 or 20. and I joined the Pearadise Discord.
I hate that hat.
My name is Savvy.
Okay, she was a former member of Pearadise in 2021, so says the screen.
And I'm a survivor of the Pearadise House. On the Discord, I flirted with Stephan. He told me that I'm his type. Nobody's ever said this to me before. I decided to plan this trip to go to Vegas. Right before I went, I told him, hey, I don't want there to be any expectations. I'm not really the type of person to like give my body up to anybody. That's the rough part of being a bad girl, is people think you're desperate.
This says 2021, April 8th. Wait, that's not this year, my bad. It's 2026 and has been for 6 months.
The first night, we get into the pool and I take my swimsuit off under the water. And next thing I know, he's taking a picture of everybody. All in the name of body positivity, right?
This says the facts associated with this case are accurate as of the day the video was released. All people are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Is this going to court? Is there a court case? Is he being sued? Somebody would have said something if he's being sued, right? Don't look it up. I don't need any more trouble. Let's not look anything up. Well, that's the problem with power dynamics, Ketis. People don't realize they're in the middle of it until it's too late. Oh, so he is got some lawsuits going on. Okay. All right. He is suing. Okay. The lawsuits are dismissed. All right, so this probably came out before those lawsuits were dismissed, though. Jen Shahader? It's all public record. Well, all right, for now, we're just gonna drop it for now. It was too specific, but some questions have been answered. We will leave it at that. Caden, thank you for your help. I'm sorry I got you in trouble. That was my bad. Not Caden's bad. That was my bad. All right, where were we? We were back here. Maybe we can get through more than 10 minutes of this in the next hour. Oh, I'm sure it is, Oliver. They have more money than most people, so they probably want to keep it. Yeah, we're just going to move on from it. It's fine. We won't do it again. But let's all go back to Rosee. How about that? All right, so that was the new, so it looks like it's just a clip from the actual show that we're going to be watching, though. Because it looks like they just kind of faded out. So I guess that's how that's going to be the format of the show, too. Very ominous. Very spooky. That doesn't look good for him, honestly. Because first off, the kind of way they pan around him. Of course, it could be one of those weird ones where they start off like that, and then when they bring him in, they're going to do the whole is he, isn't he kind of a thing. I've seen that kind of crap before. And then when they leave, you know, at the end of the thing, they're going to be like, it's up to you to decide kind of a thing. On point with ID Productions. Yeah. You know, to be perfectly honest with you guys, I'm not going to lie. To be perfectly honest with you guys, this isn't my kind of thing. I probably wouldn't watch it if Rosee wasn't involved. Just because it's like not my type of thing. I'm not really kind of like a true crime person, and I feel like this kind of is I feel like this is kind of a true crime thing, but when is it dropping? It's supposed to come out on the 10th, It's going to be on Investigation Discovery Channel and I think HBO. So if you have one of those channels, let me scroll down. June 10th on ID and stream on HBO Max. And you can subscribe, because I'm reading now. You can subscribe to ID on YouTube subscription. No, I can't. Never mind. Apparently, nope, stop. We don't need to watch it again, thank you. We did it once. It's enough. You can apparently subscribe to Investigation Discovery on YouTube somewhere. So I assume you can watch it on YouTube if you have that subscription. But that link is not working. So there's that somewhere in there. Yeah, somewhere in there. But if you have HBO Max, you should be able to watch it. I know that doesn't work in all countries, though, so... Now, there does happen to be, you know, places where people might be eating popcorn around that same time. That, you know, if you want to eat popcorn together, you know, if you want to eat popcorn with other people, you know, those places you might, if you like popcorn, is what I'm saying. Oops. No, we took a flying leap. That's just what I'm saying, you know. I hear there's popcorn. And yeah, there probably will be some recaps. HBO Max doesn't work in the UK? Oh, that sucks. The Sarah Boone one. Oh, God. Sarah Boone. You love popcorn and want to meet fellow popcorn lovers? Well, there's a link to a Discord where we might be eating popcorn. We potentially could be eating and sharing popcorn later, possibly on the 10th, around that time. So, but was it Nikki who shared a screenshot? It looks like there's multiple episodes. I think it was from Nikki. I might be hallucinating that, though. Was it a post? No. Nope. Where did I see that? Who shared that? Is Scar still live? Damn, Scar, you go. Somewhere I saw a picture, and it looked like there were multiple episodes of this Big Girls Wanted thing, so... There's 3 episodes, Rex says. It's 3 one-hour episodes, and they're running all 3 hours at the same time. Okay. You didn't post it. Okay, well, at least I know I'm not crazy. I just don't remember where I saw it. I'm haunted by that man. Yeah, okay, we're not going to talk about Sarah Boone, but Jesus Christ. I don't know why I know about that, but I do. Okay. So. See, this is why we get distracted. Are we even talking about Rosee anymore? No. Yeah, there's a link to Nikki's channel. Very good channel if you want... well, any information about Rosee at this point. Nikki's like probably one of the... Nikki probably is the OG archivist of Rosee's, going all the way back to most of the stuff that Rosee's deleted at this point. So, if you guys want really good backstory on Rosee, Nikki's got it. And we'll continue to probably archive Rosee at this point. Maybe that's my thing with it, Yami. Also, true crime is real. And it's scary. Real things are scary. Rosie's probably pissed we just stopped talking about her right now. Oh my god. You know she's watching. Hello, Rosee. Alright, anyway. What time is it? How long have we been live? It's only almost 2 hours. I can't wait for this doco to be done so I can get back to my lore vids. Yeah. Are you though? Isn't this nice and refreshing? This horrible story of Rosee trying to take attention away from actual victims. Sarah Boone is lunatic.
That night,
Uh-huh.
we had a planned internet outage that was supposed to be back in the early morning. But for our internet, it didn't come up until like an hour before I was in.
Oh yeah, I remember this part. Nothing is fucking her fault ever. All right, hang on.
That happened. Kind of readdress things, but there's just so much to come to.
Okay.
Because, and I'm going to get back and kind of readdress things, but there's
Right.
just so much to cover here. Because after that happened,
After she was on the live with Stephan, she's talking, because coming back to this. After she was on the live with Stephan, this is what she's talking about.
that night, we had a planned internet outage that was supposed to be back in the early morning. But for our internet, it didn't come up until like an hour before I was in Zio Mara's live. Zio is someone else affiliated with the documentary, and a bunch of craziness happened in that live. Trust me, we'll get there. In that
I don't think she keeps missing the payment. I think she's just making up a story, BJ.
time, I slept like a fuck ton. Like right before I joined Zio's live, I posted some Instagram stories where like I didn't even see until a couple hours later. Just I hadn't even removed the crusties from my eyes.
I don't think she's telling the truth, but that's me. You don't have to believe me. That's just me.
And I had like slept most of the night and all day, like because as you guys had known,
I
was really struggling with sleep until like
always.
these past multiple days. I've actually been sleeping pretty good. Fucking finally.
Hey, Liz Loki. How are you?
And
Comment.
I just want to say that
Lizard tongue.
I was like offline that whole time.
Was that your long way of saying that?
So I found out some stuff
Uh-huh.
like while I was actively talking with the other participants in Ziomara's live, like in the beginning part of that live, when I was more involved. And
You are just making this up on the fly, aren't you?
again, I'll get back and kind of
Is she back on normal speed? Nope. She was a victim of the Wi-Fi. I know, right? Like, nothing is ever her freaking fault. She can't be held responsible for not knowing about things. That was the Wi-Fi. She can't be held responsible for the crusties in her eyes. That was her sleep. But somehow she still managed to be in Ziomara's live. That she didn't miss.
go to more specifics in a minute, but ultimately, even before the end of that live, like when I dropped out of Zio's live,
because I ran away.
And I had some time to kind of, once I learned some new information and once kind of everything just hit me, I was like, I just need to sit back, shut up, and listen.
Yes. We've been telling you that for a long time. Hello, Coco Bonds. Sleep victim. Sleep paralysis victim. Sorry.
And that's what I did.
Did you?
I didn't feel like there was any other course of action that was the right one.
Not talking to Stephan?
Because
I don't think I saw anything from the Ziomara one, or if I did, I didn't realize it was the Ziomara one. I don't know. I don't know.
in initially talking with Stephan, what I wish I had realized is that first part of the conversation was really what I was there for.
Which was what?
And in staying and continuing the conversation and going on, which we did talk about for a wide variety of topics. I can't even go into all of it. We talked about a lot of different things.
Can you pick any of them? Any of them. Pick one. Fill me in. Hello, Gigasaurus. How are you? Yeah, right? You want some ranch with that word salad? So here's the thing. This is manipulation. The word salad, this is manipulation. And it's something both she and Rita, the blonde lady, I think that's Rita, her and Rita did. And it's manipulation in that they keep you confused to the point where you lose track of what's happening and what we're talking about, so that like you can't follow what's going on, right? And so later, when and if she swings back around to the actual topic, you're so confused at that point, you don't know to agree or disagree. And so if she says yada yada yada, right, you'll just be like, sure, whatever, because you don't know. You don't even remember what the beginning of the conversation was. And even if you're good at keeping track of this shit, you're gonna get lost, because what did she start this conversation off at? Does anybody remember where this conversation started? What was the first thing she talked about before we got to this point? I cannot look at the camera the entire time I'm making this fucking story up. Do we all remember where we started making the story up at? What was the first thing she said? Not the first thing, but what was the first detail that she threw out there? I'll give you a moment. Net negative. I found fibroids. I told you there'd be a test. Yeah, that crab life. Stephan and her kept talking in circles like that. That's exactly what this is. This is a quiz. Yes, Southern Anita. I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Pick a word salad topping. I like bacon bits. No details, but promises of details when I get there. No, that was not it. One of you has it right. It was amusing watching Stephan use the same tricks on Roz. Yeah, it is. It's funny watching three of them actually, because her, Rita, and Roz were all doing the same thing. That was Rita, Roz, and Stephan were all doing the same thing. You got distracted signing up for the Discord. Well, I mean, good job. Circle talking until we all just leave. Basically. Word salad, silly salad she ever made. She makes salads. Oh, there's another one. Nope, that's the only one then. Only one of you has gotten it? So, yeah, it was the internet outage. The internet outage. That she couldn't be held responsible for, right? She didn't know anything was happening, you guys. She had an internet outage, a planned internet outage. That's why she didn't know anything was happening after she got off the internet talking to Stephan, in between that and her going online with Xiomara. Hello, Kara. Pizza salad. That sounds good, actually.
And there was just like all different aspects regarding, and I had questions. I wanted just, whether I believed him or not, I just was staying neutral.
With what?
And I didn't think that through, like how that could come off or how that could impact other people. Oh no, I'm not going to ask you to go all the way back to the beginning of this live, because I have been talking too much for you to remember what the fuck she said 12 minutes ago. I really didn't. Uh-huh. But I wanted to have that part of the conversation, and I wanted to ask those questions, but... What questions? What conversation? What questions? You are not Chris Hansen. You are not the law. You are Rosee. You are a random chick on the internet. You have no connection to Pearadise. You have no connection to Stephan. You have no connection to most of the women at Pearadise. You have no reasons to be questioning anybody there. You're not an investigator. You're not the media. You know, you're not going to go write an article about this. You're not making a movie. You're not investigation, whatever the fuck the name of this channel is. You're not HBO Max. You have no reason to be talking to him whatsoever.
other than you're fucking nosy. Nosy Rosee. If you can't blind them with brilliance, baffle them with bullshit. That's a good one. Also, can I brag about my garden? I already got a few broccoli and cabbage harvests. Nice. I'm not a big fan of cabbage, but I do like broccoli, so good job. But yeah, that's a good one. If you can't blind them with brilliance, baffle them with bullshit. That's exactly what's happening. Maybe she was just doubting the victims again and looking for a reason for Stephan to be innocent. Yeah, I don't know why you would do that, but pizza roll salad. She was seeking reasons to like him is how it felt, giving him opportunities to explain himself. He has had enough opportunities to explain himself, but I see what you're saying, Nikki. I'm not, you know I'm not jumping on you. A Shrimp Fry My Rice says, I cannot imagine how the women feel about Rosee and how she is trying to force her way into this because she craves attention and validation. I'm not positive, but I think I heard that a couple of them have already, like, I don't know if they went off on her or if they have dragged her on their own platforms, but it sounds like a couple of them have already started calling her out, so... Yummy. Yummy's out here destroying the gardens. She would do that because... Crab Life says she would do that because she's so male-centered. Most of the girls are. Dear Ambelina, there is no such thing as pizza roll salad unless you want to go invent it, I guess. She got booted from Zio's live. Yeah, Roz is the Kool-Aid man entering any community. Yeah, exactly.
But there was a point near the end where when they were talking to me, it took me a little while to catch on, but eventually I caught on to like, oh, they're like trying to talk me into a circle to like...
You talk yourself in a circle. Paula was the only one that was still giving her a chance, and Paula seems to have disavowed her too. I wondered how long that was going to take. There's a new vlog. Do you guys want me to watch this or not? Jesus. Now what are we doing? Rosee, stop it. It's hard to cover you. Boop. Rosee gets dragged and Amberlynn is still broke. But Zachary Michael. What are we doing? No, I'm not watching it. It's fucking from Texas. I don't care. No. I'm not watching it. Remy's thoughts on our trip and has my barbecue pulled pork mac. I would rather watch my cats vomit on the carpet. I would rather watch that. Zio has been dragging Roz. Yeah. That I have seen. Broomed into a circle. It's Remy's mukbang. Kool-Aid Man enters the room and the people cheer, though. Girl worlders in. I have a bunch of different things in my bunch of different things in my vegetable garden. I have a strawberry plant. I don't know if it's going to do anything, but I have a strawberry plant. It bloomed. I prefer a root canal. No, I think I'd rather watch that than get a root canal, but you know. Yeah, Heather Rose. Roz forcing herself into a situation, then denying is like your sibling saying, I'm not touching you, while putting their finger an inch from your face. Yep. Zio accepts me. This is indicative that she's possibly not a fan of Rosee. Yeah, well, I don't particularly like Zio, but I mean, I gotta give her points for seeing through Rosee's bullshit.
Like agree with them and like condone this, and I'm like, that's not what I'm here to do.
Yeah, you're there to try to bullshit them into you're there to try to circle talk them into agreeing and condoning your actions.
So I kind of just walked that back, and I was like, dude, it was so late by the time I got off. I was like, it's time for me to just like try to go.
Maybe sleeping once every 24 hours might be a good idea.
Rest. And so, after Zio's live, I don't know if it was that night or...
The closed caption has no idea what to do with Zio's name. It has spelt it like 3 different ways so far.
The following night, I listened to one of the relatives of Shay, the girl who passed away.
Her cousin? I was there for her cousin calling your ass out several times. I was there for that.
I listened to her family, like her family members live, and just I didn't interact until they directly asked about me being it, because again, you can see viewers at the top. And I just made it clear, like, I'm just here to, like, listen. I'm not trying to insert I'm just trying to learn.
Then why were you making it about yourself? And why were you in the chat with your actual name? If you're just there to learn, make a sock account and go lurk quietly in the corner by yourself.
Here, and
it's Zio.
I guess make space for that. And so I have a lot that I want to say, and I quite literally legally can't.
So convenient. It's always so convenient that this time you legally can't say anything. Last time it was Girl World was silencing you. The time before that was you didn't feel safe saying it. You always have a reason for not being able to say these things. I did have a nice weekend. I had a wonderful time, actually. All by myself. I'm just all by myself. There was karaoke this weekend. It was quite nice.
There's a lot of stuff going on in my life behind the scenes, and
There's a lot of stuff going on in my life behind the scenes too. I'm not going to sit here and tell you about it though. You guys, there's a lot of stuff right behind this curtain. There's stuff. There is so much stuff behind this curtain. I bet you wish you knew about the stuff behind this curtain. But I can't tell you about it.
in relation to this, that just...
Keep looking up. Keep looking up. Dear God, please help me come up with excuses for why I can't come up with excuses.
sucks.
Uh-huh.
And I think...
She sped up, by the way.
Me, when it got to the point where I agreed to talk to Stephan, I thought I made it very fucking clear where I stood, and it was very clear by the time I woke up and I got into Steve's live and I talked to Paola and I got an understanding of what was happening. He kind of took that conversation as like a green light to be able to speak for me, to be able to like say there's some kind of allyship there or something that never existed. Say there's some kind of allyship there or something.
People think there's an allyship between you and Stephan because you were basically bobbing his knob the entire time you were in the freaking live with him. By the way, is it just Kara? I thought there were two. Shout out to Karasaurus25 for being chatter of the month while I have you in here. I felt there was a second person, right? Ah, yes, and Her Boiling Point. Are you in here, Her Boiling Point? Her Boiling Point is the other chatter of the month. Hey, Sky. Sky, were you in here and I completely missed you?
That never existed, and I was mortified because
Were you? I don't believe you can feel mortification.
that clearly meant that either something I did or didn't do.
If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice.
Led to that.
Wiser words.
And like I'm deeply upset at myself about that part of it.
Oh, slop thumbnail. Yeah, we're not watching that. We're not watching that. It looks gross. I'm not watching it.
Because when I went back up, because I left Zio's live when Stephan came up, because we had our conversation and that was it. That's all I wanted. I didn't want to interact again, and I also wanted to take with seriousness like the feedback I was given by Paola and others.
I want to see this feedback. Hello, Jessie B. I saw you snuck in. Well, then hello, Sky.
And make sure that I move forward and my actions like reflect that.
I can't wait to see this. I cannot wait to see your actions reflect the smackdown you apparently received from Paula. Because Paula didn't seem like somebody who, like, pulled punches. Now, Paula didn't seem like somebody who was, like, mean for the sake of being mean. Because I saw, like, one little thing with Paula in it. But I don't feel like she necessarily was, like... I feel like when she hit her limit, she hit her limit. She seems like one of those kind of people, you know? So I feel like if you were pushing her boundaries, she was quite happy to let you know. Whitney Bobbity? Woke up from sleep from working all night, and I'm happy to see you alive. Hello. Well, I'm sorry you had to work all night, but I'm glad you're awake now.
But as soon as I left, he came up and he accused Paola of bullying me.
Why do you care? Why do you care if Stephan accused Paola of bullying you if you don't think Paola was bullying you? What are you going to do? Go in there and defend Paola? The fuck do you care? Oh no, my enemy is accusing one of my friends of bullying me. You're my enemy. F off, dude. No one cares. It'd be like somebody accusing my best friend of being mean to me. Yeah, probably. Probably she is. And I've known my best friend for more than like 2/4 of my life at this point. I think she's allowed to be mean to me. You, on the other hand, can just F right off. It's just like, and
I was like, absolutely fucking not.
all the fake. Womp womp.
That's some bullshit right there. And so I did bring myself back up and I cut him off because he was speaking for me too.
Okay.
Like, don't fucking speak for me. She was not bullying me. She was holding me accountable, which she has every right to because she's directly involved in this.
And I needed to go toe-to-toe with Stephan because I somehow... Now I'm Paula's defender. She needed to be shielded from Stephan by me. If this was Paula's live, she had control over who could and couldn't talk, right? Or is this Zio's live? Make sure today is best friend day. Make sure you're mean to your best friends. I'm old, Lolo. I'm old. I don't do math. I went into anthropology because I didn't want to do math. Yeah, but like, where was I? What was I ranting about? Paula doesn't need your help. If Paula wanted your help, she would have been like, Rosee, help me. And did she? No.
We're not friends. We're not allies. I don't know where the fuck you got that narrative from.
Comment says, I love how she gives people permission to hold her accountable or give an opinion. Just embrace those kind of permissions. Yeah.
I guess it was just because I was too nice.
She thinks his apology, non-apology did something. Yeah, she thinks, what is it the kids say? She thinks she's eating up here. She will be eating eventually.
But I was just trying to be respectful. So, if you're thoroughly confused by this conversation...
Schumanhofen. Rosee, help me, said no one ever. None of the women asked for her help. No, none of them did.
I do apologize. There's a lot that's going on outside of my platform that would be disingenuous of me not to address. Outside of my platform that would be disingenuous of me not to address.
What in any form, what is happening in your world that has any bearing on the victims of Stephan's lives? Lives, not lives, lives. What within your life has any bearing on theirs that requires you to weigh in. Like, how is it disingenuous of you to just shut the fuck up? You are neither adding nor subtracting from them in any way by just doing nothing. They don't need you, probably don't want you. You are not helping in any way. Paula doesn't need you. Right? I don't know who the other women are, but they don't need or want you. If they did, they would ask you for help. If anything, it sounds like you're opening them up for attack from Stephan. Because from your own accounting, Paula didn't get attacked by Stephan until after she had to put you down for sticking your nose in shit where it didn't belong. Right? That's how it sounded to me anyway. Okay, so if anything, you're causing problems. That's not being disingenuous, that's being a problem. Right? So as you said earlier, you just need to shut up and sit down and get the fuck out of there. You're not necessary. I'm sure that hurts to hear, and I know you hate it when I tell you things, but stop. You're not helping. There's nothing disingenuous about you not being involved. Nothing makes sense. She is too circular and yeah, I mean, she's trying to make us think that she's important here. I had to defend Paula. No, you didn't. You didn't need to defend Paula from anything. They're probably very angry with her, rightfully so. I would be. She's actively distracting the conversation away from the real issue. Yeah. Well, the real issue is her. You think Rosee uploaded? She did. She uploaded some slop video, and we're not going to watch it. Big scoops of spaghetti. Oh, hey, Cyber Fairy. You finally caught me live. Yay! Can you imagine living with this? No, I can't. And, like, I know her brother's an enabler. I do, but I can't imagine dealing with her in any other way. She is the definition of main character syndrome, yeah. No one in history has ever needed Rosee's backup on anything. Yeah, I mean, no. Every time, even Rosee telling the stories, the only way I know anything about Rosee is through Rosee's own tellings of her own stories, right? With a few exceptions of things that I've heard from Chris and Britt, right? Who were her long-standing friends for a long time, right? So, like, their stories have a lot of weight. But most of the things I know about Rosee told us. And all of her stories only get worse when she interferes. The story about her sticking her nose into the cashier's business when her and her mom were, I forget where, they were at a store or something, and the cashier was getting hit on by a rando customer, and Rosee just needed to stick her nose into the business, and the guy apparently, supposedly, maybe, probably not really, turned to her and was like, learn to give blowjobs. Well, I mean, maybe don't stick your nose in other people's business. Nobody asked you for help. The woman didn't give you the high sign. You even said yourself she didn't ask you for help, so why the fuck were you sticking your nose in it? Because you needed to be important. You're not important, Rosee. I'm sorry to tell you that. 90% of the people on this planet are not important. Arguably, 99.9% of the people on this planet are not important. Even the people who think they are, Rosee, were not important. Humanity could be wiped off this planet tomorrow, and the planet will be fine. We are not important. Sucks to hear that, but my cats might be upset. Okay? But, like, it's just like, stop. The cab driver. You made that situation the way it was. Your coworkers, you made that situation the way it was. Every time you've gone toe to toe with your mama, you made that situation the way it was. Shani being in your chat, You made that situation the way that it was. The shit that went down in Texas for the most part. Need I go on? Every person doxed. Rosee did it. I am very interested to see what part Rosee plays in the documentary. I'm not really that interested in the documentary. Your mom thinks you are very important to your mother. Big scoops of spaghetti, I'm sure. No problem. Well, I mean, yeah. It takes so much pressure off. Yeah. You guys are funny in here. It takes so much pressure off knowing I'm not important. Sorry, Ella Crew. I mean, but these are just like the things that she's told us, though. Wiggly butts, that's funny. She's the architect of her own failure. She is, though. Curvy Asparagus says, I know I'm behind the chat, but did I not have to take statistics as part of my anthro degree? I did not, actually. I took statistics because I wanted to, but I did not have to take statistics as part of my anthro degree, believe it or not. I did take it. I did okay at it. It was difficult, but I did okay. Now that you asked. Why? Why, Curvy? Why are you going to bring up my math? We were talking about the collective. Do you not count stats as math? Curvy, are you behind or have you caught up? Stats is math. It just is I'm not good at it. Look, I'm not good at math. Where were we? Anyway. Curvy over here making me uncomfortable with my bad math. We got to test my education. Look, I've admitted I'm bad at math, okay?
So yeah, the gave him grace comment. Let's talk about that.
Let's do it.
I haven't been looking at the chat very much.
We've noticed. You haven't been looking at anything except your hands and the ceiling.
I feel like you didn't give him permission to talk for you from what you said in that combo, in my opinion. That's how I feel. But
you shouldn't have been talking to him in the first place. I'm just going to keep coming back to that.
But clearly, you give an inch, they take a mile. Very that, right?
Curvy says, okay, I was just puzzled because you said you took anthro so you wouldn't have to take math. I didn't have to take math. I am considering a PhD and linguistics, anthro, something, and the thing I am most scared of is stats. All right, well, I will say this, Curvy, I will say this. The school that I went to did not require math as part of my degree path. All right? But that was the school that I went to. I don't know what school you're looking at as to what their degree path is going to look like. You're going into your PhD, though. Have you made it past your bachelor's? Because that's where the math is going to come in. Now, that being said, I would recommend... I don't know so much about linguistics, but I would recommend taking stats if you can handle it. It is difficult, and I didn't do well. I passed, but I didn't do well. But stats is way more useful than any of the other math that there is to take, as far as like for anthropology, because when you start getting into like physical anthropology, or like when you start measuring things in social anthropology, or even like with archaeology itself, you'll start measuring like scatter patterns and that kind of stuff with artifacts and distribution patterns and that kind of shit. You're looking at stats at that point. So if you can handle statistics, take it if you can. But some degree paths might require some kind of math. And again, if stats is offered, take it, or if you can somehow get them to allow you to take stats instead of whatever the math is that they want you to take. Because I tell you what, finite math is fucking useless. And it's ridiculously difficult for no apparent reason. That shit's for math majors. There's no reason for you to be taking finite math in anthropology. So if you can get them to allow you to switch that to stats for sometimes they'll let you substitute classes. See if they'll let you take stats instead. It is way more useful because you're doing stats. You're doing statistics in anthropology. You don't care about where X is on the Y. Fucking no one cares. You don't use that math outside of math. Anyway, don't ask me why I'm so mad about it. But yeah, depending on what school you go to will actually determine if you're going to have to take math or not. But most of the time in the anthropology courses, or the anthropology degrees, you don't need math. You have a bachelor's in English and a master's in linguistics. Oh, okay. So you've probably passed the math part then. If you needed math, you're past it already. I know that all the schools I have looked for, they require stats. Well, go ahead and take the stats then. I mean, it's good for you. With names like research statistics for research design. Yeah, I mean, it sucked. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it didn't. But it's useful, and you're going to be using stats, especially with the research design there. And it's nice that it's being research statistics for research design. At least it's being tailored towards research, so it's going to be very specific. So I would say do it anyway, for that reason. Because anything you do, any math you're going to do within anthropology is going to be statistical. So you might as well take it, even if you do badly at it. If you're really bad at math, tell your teacher up front. Just tell your teacher up front that you suck at it, and ask them for any kind of leniency that they can give you. Find tutors. There's always going to be a tutor somewhere. Buddy up with the smart kid in class. Even if you don't do well at the class, you're still going to walk away with a knowledge base of stats. And once you're out of class, it's a lot easier. It's really not as hard as the class makes it. So once you're out of class and you're actually like doing the work, it's easier because it's not as intense. It's just easier outside, and you can use computers 90% of the time. You don't have to do it in your head. It's that kind of stuff. So, I sit here and I bitch about math and all that kind of thing, but the stats is kind of necessary. And if your degree course has you taking it anyway, I mean, you just got to suck it up and take one for the team, unfortunately. But, I mean, if you have dyscalculia or something similar, just let your teacher know ahead of time. Finite math is fucking stupid. I have a lifelong grudge against finite math. If I could burn it into the ground and stomp on it, I would. I don't care. It must die. I restarted the stream with you talking not in favor of finite math. I don't care. Finite math is evil. Yeah, her boiling point. I am not going to lie to you. I had a teacher do that too. He gave me a D, so I didn't have to take the class again. And that was their exact words. I don't want to see you here again. Okay. Third time's the charm. Yeah, shit. Will I be watching Rosie's new video? Not in this stream, no. I have no desire to watch him eat her cooking. That doesn't even look good. Pretty much how you got through high school, Kim. Yeah. Ask me about my feelings on math. Yeah, I'm not going to watch it in this stream. And yeah, we got about another half hour and then Ellie Crew, sorry. I'm not mad. Ask me about my math trauma. Sorry. Anyway. Wow, I had to take calculus twice because the professor I had was a graduate student himself and was very phobic of teaching, and all he ever did was copy the examples from the book word for word. Wow. The first time I took finite, that tells you something. The first time I took finite, the guy threw me out of his class after I failed the second test. Yeah. He threw me out of class because I obviously wasn't studying. Because if I was, I'd be passing the tests. So he just straight threw me out of class. Do I not like moles, Tiny? No. I don't even know what that is. Math isn't real. Math technically is philosophy. So, I mean, technically, here's my thing about math, all right? Math can prove that it isn't real. You can use math to prove that math is not real. Ergo, I hate math. Anyway, but yeah, math is actually a branch of philosophy. So that's how I came to peace with math. You found out why I don't like finite math. I don't like finite math because it is actually very difficult. And it doesn't make sense. And if you have dyscalculia, you understand why it makes abso-fucking-lutely no sense. It's very difficult to handle. Oh no, Mamie Bell. Oops. I accidentally got my ethics professor fired because he couldn't tell answers were right unless they were word for word from the textbook. Oops. I like trig. Triangles are fun. You know, I mean, some people, like I said, my dad loved math. He would work math problems for fun. I don't understand. Renegade Risharim says math is real enough to be a pain in the ass. And I like chemistry with it's basically math. Yeah, I mean, my partner does chem. He has no problems with math. It's freaking, I can just ramble shit at him and he's like, oh yeah, just off the top of his head. And I'm like, I don't get it. Math is the same in every language. So is music. I have dyscalculia and I hate math too. Yeah, I mean, I think the problem with dyscalculia, much like with dyslexia, it's like I hate to be her, but there's a shared trauma with dyscalculia and math because our teachers, they don't believe you. And they just, you're not trying hard enough. No, it just literally doesn't make sense. Most math teachers are not good at their job, and that's why people hate math. They make it way harder than it needs to be. Yeah, Vernon, I mean, yeah. Well, I had one geometry teacher that I really liked because he actually took the time to try to figure out why I wasn't good at it. I mean, I still wasn't good at it, but he actually tried to like figure out why. And he's like the literal only math teacher that ever did that. I still didn't do well in his class, but at least he tried to help. You know, he wasn't like all the other math teachers that just was like, oh, you fucking suck, and just dismissed me. So Kirby. Well, no. You have a legit question, and I mean, I want to give you a real answer. And as much as I'm sitting here complaining about math, I mean, the reality of the situation is there's a lot of statistics in anthropology, and you really should at least have some concept of how to deal with it. But I will say, once you get done with that, a lot of the stuff that you will probably do, there's programs for it. There's already programs written for it. I mean, nowadays you'll probably just write a program for it. So you probably want to learn Python too. Just, you know, I know that sounds weird, but you probably want to at least pick up some familiarity with Python because you're probably going to be writing a lot of like basic programs. You don't need to become like a master of it, but you might want to be a little bit familiar with it. But yeah, a lot of the statistical programs you're going to use they're already written for you, but you still need to understand what statistics are and what they mean. I don't know about linguistics as much because I'm not as familiar with that as a branch, but I do know, I mean, I know the archaeology end of it. I know the physical end of it. So, and that's everything in there. All the analysis in there is stats. So, Barking Cauldron says, I passed college algebra with a tutor. There is nothing wrong with getting a tutor. There's absolutely nothing wrong with a tutor. There is something wrong with copying your friend's papers, but there's nothing wrong with a tutor. Reshiram is a Pokemon. Okay, cool. I felt really bad for a minute there. I was afraid I was butchering a name. My trigonometry teacher in high school would hit us with rulers if we got answers wrong. Wow, that's helpful. Python is the programming language of stats, yeah. Python can be crazy easy, yeah. I had an algebra teacher who came up with songs and dances to make equations fun and memorable. That's kind of cool. Allie's joggling the brain cell again. No hogging the brain cell. Figure out how to get, I don't know that word. Oh, Jupyter Labs. There we go. On your machine and start practicing. Might as well get Linux too. Look, start with Python and just breathe. It's okay. You don't need to become a computer genius to do Anthro. It's not that big of a deal. Also, there's always the tech department. Oh yeah, teacher violence. We don't do that so much anymore, but I have a tutor. It's my husband. The Pokemon fossil exhibit just opened at the Field Museum. That sounds so much fun, actually. Yeah, great educators do make a difference. Teachers can fuck you up, man, but they can also be really great. I had a really good English teacher. I still remember her. She was awesome. I also had a really bad English teacher. I still remember her. She was horrible. You know, I think we all have teachers like that, though. Hello, Zingcat. I'm so glad you showed up. YouTube XM, good to see you. Yeah, if you're not afraid of the AIs, you can learn Python pretty easily. Jupyter is a web-based coding environment, it's most accessible. Right. Okay, but start with the stats class. You might actually even learn Python while you're in stats. I don't know. I don't know what they teach in stats these days. Hello, Moonlit Novel. I've had too many bad educators. I didn't really have great educators till college. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt too. Hey, Des, you didn't get a notification? Well, I don't know, man. My French teacher was my whole world. Still here because of her now that my mom teaches her children. Aw, that's sweet. Hey, Ashandra. I think back in my day, we did MATLabs and stats. Stats taught Python at my school. Okay, see, I don't know what they teach, how they teach stats these days. My shit was all out of books. I knew how to use a computer, but we used books still. Books. If my chem teacher in high school had taught me math, I would have done a lot better. I don't even want to talk about my chem teacher in high school. Our Spanish language teacher had her first year of teaching in our university. She couldn't give me my homework notes back for the whole month. But we loved our German teacher. I loved my German teacher in high school. I have no problems with my German teacher in college, but my German teacher in high school is amazing. She let me, you know how you have to pick a name? Well, okay. And when I took German in high school, you picked like a German name, and that's what the name you used while you were in class. I don't know if everybody does that, but we did it. She let me pick the name Brunhilde. I thought I was being smart, because, high school kids. But she was like, Brunhilde, and I was like, yeah, I want to be Brunhilde. And she's like, all right. Unironically, some of the worst teachers I've had were at my prep school. Ashandra says you're older than me. Yeah, I mean, it surprises me that, I don't know why. It surprises me that some of you are older than me. They say the lack of books is part of the reasons the kids aren't all right. Young people learn better with physical media than digital. I mean, I think there's a happy medium, especially since computers are so important to today's environments. I think you got to learn to do both, but Frau Tiny, yeah. I wish I remembered more German than I do. Your great aunt's name is Brunhilde? That's amazing. I know, right? Brunhilde. Oh, Brunhilde, you're so lovely. I know, right? You did that in Spanish? Yeah, everybody picked like cute little German names like Uli and that kind of shit. You're older than me? Is everybody older than me? I mean, that would make me feel really good, actually. Holy crap, that crab life. Thank you for being a member for a month. I passed chemistry because my teacher broke a hockey stick over a student's desk 3 weeks before graduation, so the sub just passed us on our final. Jiminy Christmas. You used your grandmother's name for your Spanish class? That's kind of cool, though. Oh, I loved Rammstein. Oh my god, Rammstein had just come out when we were in... I told you I'm old. Rammstein had just... Well, I don't think they had just come out, but I think they had just made it over into the States. When I was in... I think my last year of German in high school. Oh, we thought we were all hot. Because we could translate we could translate the lyrics. Yeah, we thought we were cool shit. You're older than me too, Olivers? Your Spanish teacher named her son Uli? Well, you know. You're in your early 40s. Mammy's older than me? Holy crap, everybody's older than me. Susan says you're 45, so you might be. You might be. You're an Eldritch horror. That's true. Yami is the oldest. Why am I saying their name that way? Uli? Uli or Brunhilde? Uli is Julie in German. Am I saying it wrong? I'm definitely older than you. Oh, Rammstein? Am I saying that wrong? That's entirely possible. My mother-in-law came from and was born and raised in Germany. Her name was Maria. But you're also older than me. Adrian. Now y'all think you're cool because you're older than me, aren't you? You'll be 46 in October. Will you really, Des? You guys are funny. You called her Fabi because she chose Fabiola as her freshman Spanish name. Yeah, some of the kids got stuck with the name, so they picked in German class. You didn't get... Well, Latin's kind of a little... Rammstein. I am saying it wrong. All right. I'm not drawing it out correctly. I'm sorry. You're 50, really? I mean, I have no idea. Look at you guys all in here. Had read as like water for chocolate in Spanish for fourth year. So several pages got skipped. Teehee. Latin was the least. I don't know why they had taught that in high school. I don't really know. I almost took it, but then I got talked out of it. Early Gen X, Barking Cauldron. Yeah, I'm not early Gen X. That's... Glitter, what is your first language? I know it's not English. I'm not trying to be mean, but I am curious what your first language is. If you're willing to share. You don't have to share. Oh, your birthday is also your channel's anniversary. Oh, that's cute. You can tell me in private. That's fine. You don't have to tell me at all. You can tell me to mind my own P's and Q's. I actually only had to go by Christine in France when I went. I was 16. I never got to go to Germany. I wasn't able to do the trip. Yeah, well, see, that's the thing with Latin. Like, if you know Latin and German, you pretty much unlock the English language. Or she wanted to date Chris Hansen. 1 month and you'll be 38? Yeah, that's... 38's not bad, Shadowfang. I mean, look at everybody in here. 30s are awesome, man. Wait, what? Who wanted to date? What am I missing? What are we talking about? Who wanted to date Chris Hansen? Do I have... pretty much the only ways that are good to contact me is like the Discord. Do you have a Twitter? I'm on Twitter. I occasionally log in. Rosee wanted to date Chris Hansen, but he did not. How did she even get in contact with Chris Hansen? What? You're not on Twitter or the Discord? I have an email. I will try to check. I'm really bad at the email, though. Instagram. There's an Instagram. I do have the social media. I'm just really bad at checking it. Your 30s were ick, but that was a fluke. Yeah, Latin helps with vocabulary and science. Heather says, how many of us are 37? Hey, Taylor. Well, at this rate, we're gonna... we've got 15. Chris Hansen has cameo. That's funny. Well, maybe we should get Rosee a cameo of Chris Hansen. It's the big 4-0 for me in August. Not looking for it. 40's not bad. Chris Hansen was my Superman when I was a child. I'm so glad Ross didn't get near him. Ugh. I'm learning German now. German's fun. I think it's a very pretty language, actually. I'm biased, though, so. Spanish is not. I like Spanish, too. I think most languages are very pretty. Her boiling point. Exactly. I'm planning on being 37 for a couple more years. Exactly. See, you know how this works. Taylor, 31's fine. You're 50 days away from my 40th. I don't know if you need to really worry, right? Gigasaur says, I'm nearly 55. I have no idea how that happened. Well, the sun goes around the Earth goes around the sun, you know, every 365-ish days, give or take. This is true. Any age is better than the alternative. French is not that hard. Italian. Well, actually, no, wait. Italian, I think, is easier than French. Maybe not to speak, but to write. Because French has letters that just exist. But why? Because they look good, I guess. You found out about Chris Hansen through Cinnamon Toast Ken? Yeah, Hansen had his moment. Hansen had his moment. He needed to let it go. Yeah, exactly, Kemp Prez. 31 as of 10 days ago. Nothing changed. Meh. Man, I wanted to be 40 so bad for the longest time. And then I was 40 and I was like, yeah, it is pretty cool. I was right. Portuguese? Which one's Portuguese? Portuguese is like a Spanish derivative, right? That's not fair. I know they're different languages, but it's like saying Dutch is a German derivative. Italian is easier, but English isn't your first language. See, I've heard once you've learned like 2 or 3 languages, you're basically just like, the rest of them are just... Everybody's saying meh. What happened? The 11th anniversary of my 37th birthday. Exactly, Reginald. All right. Back to Rosee tip-tap dancing. Why did everybody think Chris Hansen was so hot? I never thought Chris Hansen was that hot. I heard during medieval times most countries paid transcribers by the word, but France paid by the letter. That's why wazoo is pronounced wazoo. Huh. That makes sense. And hello, Idiowitch, how are you? You guys are cracking me up. You think Chris Hansen's hot? I don't think... Well, we're talking about Chris Hansen, right? Chris Hansen was...
Right? The Give Him Grace comment was specifically about everyone's involvement who watched Jay.
Lola Dawn, thank you for being a member for 3 months. I gotta back this up.
Comment, take a mile? Very that. That's how I feel.
Okay.
I feel like you didn't give him permission to talk free from what you said in that combo, in my opinion. That's how I feel. But clearly,
thank you,
like,
Cactus
you give it
Juice.
and say take a mile? Very that, right?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
The Give Him Grace comment was specifically about everyone's involvement who watched Jay.
Okay.
My entire point there was that everyone who was close to Shay lost someone they felt close to.
Okay.
That was all I meant.
But maybe that's what you should have said?
That's it. I promise you that's all I meant.
Brittany says, I'm confused, but I don't follow anything really. I just watch you for your content. Okay, Brittany. And Lucy Lou says, I just don't think we should be giving ABS users grace. I get the instinct, like, as women, we are told to always be kind to men for safety, but we need to break that. I mean,
Yeah, that's all I meant.
you guys are cracking my ass up over
I just
here.
don't think we should be giving abusers grace. I get the instinct, like, as a woman, we are told to always be kind to men for safety, but we need to break that. I think you have a valid point. My point was specifically about grief, not giving him grace about the accusations or anything else. I was specifically talking about grief.
Well, then why didn't you say that? The Guppy says, you don't really need to say that to them, though. It made you look bad. Agreed, Guppy. Yeah, Prez Hens. Everyone involvement includes Stephan. Exactly, Prez Hens. She doesn't think it through.
And I will sincerely apologize for the fact that my word choice led to that not being communicated in the way that I intended it to. Because that is what I meant. And
That's your problem, Rosie. That's a great pause. Most of the shit that you do and say doesn't come out the way you apparently intend it to. And then you get pissy, and somehow it's always Girl World's fault.
I touched on it in the live, and I don't want to get too much into it now because I want the doc to come out first. But I learned a lot from the cast situation. And that is all I was trying to say, is that
Clearly you did not.
everyone lost someone, and everyone who's lost someone deserves space for that grief. That was my only point.
Then that's all you needed to say. Or you shouldn't have been talking to Stephan. This is true. It's our fault. We are a mental illness.
And I made a mistake in my past where I didn't leave room for that space, that space for that grief. And
Kemp Prez says, I love the somatic dissonance between her words and behavior. Did I say that right? But yes. Yeah.
I didn't want to make that mistake again. I promise you, that's all I meant.
That's all I meant, you guys. I'm gonna cry a little bit so you'll quit picking on me. Because when I cry, everybody stops picking on me. I won't. Crying's the last thing you want to do if you want me to quit picking on you. I double down when you cry. I fucking hate when people cry. I don't even let the kids I tutor cry. They start with that lip twitch and shit, and I'm just like, if you're gonna cry, go to the bathroom, wipe your face off, and come back when you're done, because I will not help you if you're going to cry.
That's all I meant.
Owl the Snail, what if I cried? I will rejoice by the salt of your tears. So sorry.
For every person that's immediately involved in this situation, whether, like, not...
Which is not you. You are not one of them. You never were. You never will be.
Not even just, like, me being actually, but the people that were close to Shay, the people that were close to Cass, the people...
You hear both of those names? You are not any of those people. You were neither close to Shay nor Cass.
that were directly involved in the Pearadise house, like, this is their real fucking life, and I never meant to disrespect that.
Yeah. Okay. Up to what age is crying acceptable, Tiny? 2? And even then, you better have a good goddamn reason for it. I'm a terrible person. I'm sorry. Even my nephews didn't get away with crying. Can Tiny cry? No, I don't even let myself cry. I'm a bad person. My therapist gets on me about that one too. She's like, you never cry at sessions. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna.
I never did.
I never did.
So, I just don't understand why you need to talk to him at all.
Just Jamie said, earlier today I heard someone say, if you apologize, then continue explaining your actions. It's no longer an apology. That's good. Yeah, no, that's a good one. Thank you for the super chat, Just Jamie. No, that's a good one.
Oh, why did you think they need your opinion? Did they ask for it? When you say they, who are you referring to, Karma?
Do you really need that explained to you? Is that still on here? Jacob said, I feel like I should have watched something before tuning in. Oh, Karma's Karma Baby. I just don't understand why you needed to talk to him at all. Why do you think they needed your opinion? Did they ask for it? No, that's pretty blunt. Why are you being obtuse? They, any of them, anyone. Why do you think anyone needed your opinion? Did anyone ask for it? Did anyone call you up and were like, hey, Rosee, what's your opinion on Stephan? Did Stephan say, hey, I really want your opinion on me. I'm trying to improve myself as an individual and I want to get people's opinion on myself so I can improve? That didn't happen. It didn't happen. Paola did not call you and was like, Rosee, I need your opinion. I need your help and your opinion. Please, quickly, come save me from Stephan. It didn't happen. Obtuse is great. Did I say it wrong? She's like, obtuse. She's like, opaque? Obtuse? Am I saying that wrong? Obtuse. Obtuse. Obtuse of definition. Lacking quickness of perception or intellect. Characterized by lack of intelligence or sensitivity. Not distinctly felt. Obtuse. I am saying it correctly. Y'all got me scared there for a minute. Cyberfair, I mean, I can't help crying when my cycle overlaps with my depression, but I can't let myself cry in front of someone. I mean, all right, look, the crying thing. I am a heartless bitch, all right? It's fair. But, like, there's a difference between, like, your hormones are out of whack and you can't help it, right? That's different than, like, with my kids that I tutored. I don't tutor anymore. They would get frustrated, right? I get that. They were frustrated. They were having a difficult time with something. And kids, a lot of times when they get frustrated, they'll cry, right? But if you're that emotionally upset, you're past the point of being able to be helped, right? Because you're emotionally upset, right? You're not going to process anything at that point. So there's no point in trying to continue to work on whatever the fuck it was that was frustrating you, because it's not going to go anywhere, right? So honestly, the best thing to do is disengage and start over, or even just like move on to a different topic. But the best way to disengage is like go to the bathroom, wipe your face off, take a minute, you know, take a couple deep breaths, come back when you're ready, right? So, I mean, yeah, it sounds like I'm being mean, but I'm really not. I'm giving them a minute to go collect themselves and, you know, not have to look at me, which is probably what's causing them some of the frustration, right? I'm the person tutoring them. I'm the person frustrating them, right? I get that part. So, yeah, that comes out with me sounding kind of harsh, but at the same time, I completely understand that they're frustrated, right? She's being manipulative. She doesn't actually need to cry. She's not actually feeling emotions that are causing her. You didn't see her tear up. You didn't even hear her voice actually shake, right? Her face isn't flushed. Her eyes aren't wet. You know, there's no other indicator that she is actually emotionally distraught. Okay? No, she's being manipulative. She's making it sound like she's gonna cry, and that's it. Okay? Because that's all she has to do around her family, and her family's like, oh my god, Rosee, what do you need? I'm not gonna play that game. The doc did invite her to be part of it, right? Yeah, I'm assuming. She brooms me into having a migraine. Yeah. But I'm gonna cry because I lost brain cells. Yeah, it's the same crap ALL pulls, but at least Amber can squeeze out a teardrop. I don't want to talk about it. Exactly, Southern Bonita. If a person can take a minute and collect themselves, that's fine. But when someone tries to manipulate me into their tears, I'd rather leave. Exactly, Cyber Fairy. She cries in the same way that Amber did when Rarity explored too hard. Exactly. She has family? I thought she was raised by wolves. Kinda. I can talk about the worst stuff in my life without shedding a tear, but every few months I'll cry over something as dumb as spilled cereal. And that, my friend, is why we go to therapy. Because it's not about the spilled cereal. It's about all the shit we don't cry about. You just think you're not crying about the stuff in your life. The cereal is the shit in your life. As a stressed crier, I hate people who fake cry. Yeah, Mary, yeah. Because you understand that it's manipulation. Allie, you are not the favorite. What did you say this time? We've all cried over a bagel. No. I have never cried over a bagel. I have never cried over a bagel. Allie didn't say anything. Did you hear how Amber claimed that she had zero emotional feelings for all of the months she was on Wegovy? Yes, I've gotten about halfway through that video. I need to finish that video. I thought maybe we'd do Amber on Wednesday, maybe, if you guys are up for it. Maybe take a Rosee break and maybe dip back in on Amber for a minute. I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. We're going to talk about cereals now. I like, what is the one with the marshmallows? Actually, it doesn't even matter what it is. I like cereal with marshmallows in it. I don't care what it's called. It can be called the fake cereal. You know how they have like the little fake cereal names? Marshmallow Treasures. Oh, you've cried over me. Oh, that's so that's so sweet. I like to draw. I didn't like Cinnamon Toast Crunch as a kid, and I like it now that I'm an adult. I don't know what that says. She's trying to explain away Psycho Lynn. She sounded so... I still don't like Captain Crunch. I do like Lucky Charms. Like I said, anything that has like the little mini marshmallows in it. You can even take like... sometimes they'll put marshmallows in the Snap Crackle Punch. The Rice Krispie... Crunch. The Rice Krispie cereals, sometimes they'll put mini marshmallows in that. I'll eat that shit too. Captain Crunch bleeding gums Murphy. Exactly. I know you can buy just the marshmallows, Mammy Belle. It's so hard not to. What's with that Gemini guy? Gemini guy. From the LCU? I don't like him. Him, them. I don't like them. Get you a Captain Crunch, but no, I'm not gonna. It's a waste of cereal. I don't like Captain Crunch. I like dry mini wheats. Okay, well, you lost me at dry, Oliver's. I do like mini wheats. Fanny, you just got to be weird, don't you, Fanny? You just got to make it weird. I know people love Captain Crunch. That was the Wegovy guys, yeah. They is weirdly, yeah. Is Gemini gay? I just know Gemini's weird and I don't like it. Tiny, I'm watching this from my hospital bed. Aww. We will make a wish for you, yes. As soon as I can find my mouse. Everybody make a wish for cactus juice, please. Because the C word is scary. So the Brunita said, I found this, quote, because GLP-1 receptors exist in the brain regions that regulate appetite, reward, and emotion, altered signalings in these areas can affect mood, motivation, and dopamine release. Yeah, well, I think that's why it's supposed to help with, like, impulsive control and that kind of crap. You forgot about Captain Crunch? Heather, and I'm going to keep forgetting. Oh, there we go. We love you, Cactus Juice. I love oatmeal porridge. Oh, I like oatmeal, yeah. There we go. Sky sending you love, Cactus. Oliver says Cactus Juice, lots of love. Loki says sending love. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what Gemini's deal is. Rex says love for Cactus Juice. Oatmeal's your cheat meal? Or are we talking about Captain Crunch? Kemca says pray for Cactus. I hate eating on meds. Cyber Fairy sending some love. Shadowmina sending love. Barking Cauldron sending love. Me and you through and through sending love. The girls hate GLPs because the girls hate GLP-1s because they get between them and their true love. Food. Yeah, that's true. Escape. So, as an Irish person, Lucky Charms offends me so slightly. We don't have it here. You really don't? That's amazing. Look, like I said, I don't care what it's called as long as it's got the mini marshmallows in it. I would sit here and make jokes, but I'm not gonna because I don't want to offend you. My family was Irish once. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like they still are. Catherine says, hey, Tiny and chat, been catching up in the last couple of months of videos and lives. Became an auntie on Friday. And niece not yet named. Well, good luck, niece. Why are you embarrassed? Oh, don't be embarrassed. That was a me problem, not a you problem. I unfortunately get my chat in trouble. Your brother's favorite Christmas treat is Captain Crunch. See, that's kind of fun. Is to have like a little treat around the holidays, you know? Like that Boo Berry cereal that comes out around Halloween. Do some damage to that Boo Berry cereal. That's funny that they never released that in Ireland. I mean, it makes sense, but it's actually kind of funny. They were like, nah, we know this is going to be offensive. Let's not do it. That's great. So what's it called in Ireland? You've got to have cereal with little mini marshmallows in it. What's it called? Now I need to know. After your Lucky Charm. Stop it. My family was Irish. What generation am I? 4? No. Am I 4 or 3? Give me a second. I got to do math. There's me. There's my mom. There's my grandmother. Was it her mom? My great-grandmother. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 generations. 4 generations ago, my family came over. I'm German-Irish, Caden. I'm 4th generation German-Irish. The Germans, I think, are... When did they come over? 1903 is the first record of my German side in the U.S. So it was a few more than 4. But the Irish came over 4 generations ago. You don't have cereal with marshmallows in it? Oh, man, you are missing out. Look. Little tiny cereals with the little tiny heart. They're not, I don't know why they call them marshmallows, because they're really just hard. They're not soft at all. But they're just hard little candies. They're just hard candy. Hard little marshmallow-esque candies in your cereal. You're missing out. If you ever make it stateside, get your... Look. You don't have to buy Lucky Charms. They make generic versions of it. You get yourself some cereal with the mini marshmallows in it. It's too indulgent for the Irish. Oh, and something else. If you make it to Philly, they sell a candy here called Irish potatoes. Do not eat it. It is disgusting. I don't know why they have it. It's gross. Don't buy it. Me and you through and through, you're half German-Irish. Oh, are you from the Midwest? You poor English folk, how can you have a balanced breakfast without marshmallows? Exactly. Look, but don't, isn't like, okay, Don't judge me. Isn't bread with like chocolate sprinkles on it, butter and chocolate sprinkles on it? Isn't that like a European thing? We would never do that here. Okay, we would do that here, but too much guilt for marshmallows in their cereal. I mean, I know they're freeze-dried, but they're not marshmallows. They're not soft anymore. I know, but buying the bag of marshmallows defeats... I mean, it's like cheating at the game, you know? Kemprez says... Oh, thank you for the super chat. Says, come back here. Don't leave me. Irish potatoes. Now come... Stop it. Look, that's why my family came over, okay? Actually, I don't actually know why my family came over. I mean, fairy bread, yeah. I thought fairy bread was just sugar. Like, I'm starting to fight over bread with sugar on it. It's like the Idaho Spud candy. I don't know what the hell it is. I think it's disgusting. I had one because I was like, oh, look. Because I know it's supposed to be something Irish. Philly's very proud of its Irish heritage. These are disgusting. It's like potato. It's like tomato pie. I like tomato pie. I just don't understand tomato pie. We never had any of that. Cheerios were the sweetest. I had old shredded wheat in the Big Rick. Oh, I know. Those were the worst. I liked grape nuts, oddly enough. Have I started a fight over fairy bread? Candy peanuts, not a fan. Sugar watts? I don't know what a sugar watt is. Yeah, Morky muffin. Yeah, they're like a meringue. Yeah, that's a good way of describing them. Yeah, they're more like meringue. Okay, does fairy bread have chocolate sprinkles or just sugar? I'm still lost on boiled peanuts. I am too. Don't worry. Zine Cat, tomato pie is pizza minus the fun. Yeah. It's colored sprinkles? Okay. I've seen it with just the chocolate sprinkles. Boiled peanuts are pretty much anywhere in the southern US, yeah. Tinnick says, I think bread with butter and chocolate sprinkles is a Dutch thing. That makes sense. Rainbows, hundreds and thousands only. There we go. Boiled peanuts? Have you not? You're in Texas. You don't have boiled peanuts? Do they not boil peanuts? They boil peanuts in Texas. Tejas. Oh, stop, Heather. I mean, I'm not going to tell you it. You know, I'm not going to. But stop. Oh, Moonlit Novel says you're making them right now. All right, well then, what? How? Cereal is more interesting than Ross. Yes, unfortunately, yes. We were talking about crying. All right, talking about crying. Let's. Okay, where is she? I want to talk about. Look, I want to talk about this part. I think this is where I want to talk about.
I thought you were blocked.
Sky. Apparently Sky slipped in and she didn't realize she hadn't blocked Sky yet. I don't know how she didn't block Sky yet, but I just asked Mr. Glitter about boiled peanuts. He's never heard of it before. Wow, really? Do they not boil peanuts in Texas?
I'm not doing
Oops.
this.
What did you say, Sky?
No, I'm not doing that. So what we're not about to do is take the situation and turn it into something else.
Too late. Oops.
appreciate getting on live to address everything and apologize. That's not easy, and I think a lot of people would have pre-recorded a video addressing everything. Thank you, Rosee. Yeah, not a problem, Jordan. I think that's why I said, like, I think it's just important, first of all, that I'm not aware of any receipt video.
We good? We back? You guys okay? Banana? Live chat, there we go. I thought you blocked. Cyberfairy talking about food. I've been to... Okay, you guys are still talking. All right. Everybody's good? Yeah. So you were blocked. So Sky was blocked and then got unblocked. Oh, no. Yami wants to know. Are we good? I lost you guys there for about a half second, so I'm assuming everybody's okay. Type a 1 if you can hear me. All right. Yay. All right, cool. All right, so right here... So right here, she's talking about...
First of all, that I'm not aware of any receipt video about me.
She's talking about who contacted who first with her and Stephan. And she says, I can't remember. I don't remember who contacted who first. Oh, here we go. Yeah.
I think I found him on TikTok, yeah. And we got connected somehow on Discord. I don't know who added who. I really fucking don't. He messaged me first. We had one conversation, and then I never followed through with anything regarding that because after I learned more, I was just not interested, and then everything kind of spiraled thereafter.
All right, so she's going to claim that she doesn't know who contacted who first, and then she's like, yeah, and then I found out he was skeevy, and I never talked to him again. We're not going to watch the whole video, but over on Nikki's channel, there's this video. You can't see it, but trust me, it's over there. This one's called Stephan reads whole... Yeah, I think it's supposed to be Stephan. Reads whole conversation with QLR on stream. I'm going to put it in here. QLR and Zio's chat. So, this is... The reason we're not going to watch this is because it's already... And this isn't Nikki's fault. The video's already kind of not great quality because it's Zio. It's Zio filming Stephan filming his phone, showing the receipts of the conversation that he and Quirky had way back in the day. And I believe he says 2006, I believe. So I want to see if I can.
Now I gave her the Discord link to join in my Discord community.
Link, which by now is invalid because this is 6 years ago. And then I said I can.
Okay, so that's 6 years ago. It's 2026. So that would have been 2020. My bad. Right? But if you look. So.
You wanted to get to know me. And I said, oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be hot.
And then she said, awesome, will you be free later? And I said, should be, yeah. I'm
not going to be able to use this.
And I gave her the link. I gave her the...
So if you listen to... If you tune out Zio and you listen to Stephan, it's clear that Stephan is saying that Rosee reached out to him first. Now...
Like, all this before, she had just added me as a friend. Now I gave her the Discord link.
So according to Stephan, Rosee added him first, and then he sent her the link to the Discord.
Link which...
And if you look at this, this is the Discord conversation between Quirky Love Rosee and him. And you can see that the first... Now, I know it's fuzzy, and that's why I'm like, this isn't the great... Again, not Nikki's fault. This is just the video itself. It's very fuzzy, which is why I wanted to remember what year it was. But you can see that Rosie's the first comment in the conversation. And later on, he'll start scrolling, and it clears up just like that bad. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but I did link it. This is where Rosee asks her about... This is where Rosee asks him about the BBW poly scene, and I haven't seen... I saw the apathetic facts thing, but it's not... It is creepy. It's not relevant to the points I want to make right this second, though. But you should go watch it. It is creepy as fuck. It's very reminiscent of what she said with me. But the point is, Rosee wants to sit here and play like, oh, guys, I don't remember. And it's like, well, the internet remembers, and Stephan remembers, and Stephan apparently has receipts. So... all you gotta do, Rosee, is go watch the videos everybody else is watching, and you can stop pretending like you don't know what the hell is going on. It's not like you don't have access to the same stuff everybody else is watching, right? The problem here is like, it is very fuzzy, so you could make an argument, you could make an argument here. But the reality of the situation is this does show the conversation between him and her. And this is November 14th. This is one I can read. November 14th, 2020. She says, sorry that it took so long, but I've been busy. And this is between Stephan and her. I can actually read this. And they're just kind of going back and forth, talking about getting her into the Discord. And Stephan's walking her through the steps of getting into the Discord. So at some point, she was in his Discord. Probably got booted out of it like she's gotten booted out of every other one. That's me. That's not... Right? So... And there's just Stephan. He's always online. He's just always online. I don't know what I'm looking at here. Oh, what he was showing here was that there's no Eaterfey channel in the Pearadise Discord. You can hide channels. So, I mean, maybe there is, maybe there isn't. If he knew he was going to make a video showing the Discord channels, he could have hidden that. So, I'm not going to say there is or there isn't. Because, I trust Stephan about as much as I trust Rosee. The difference is, these are clearly Discord messages, right? And this is Quirky Love Rosee. That's her Discord name. That's the name she joined our Discord with. So, yeah. Basically, his stream dropped, but Zia was watching him read it, so you blended the two? Okay. Yeah, and... yeah, so this video, again, I linked it in the chat. I'll try to remember to not be a complete DA and try to link it in the comments, or in the description when I get done here and I'm done going to the bathroom and all that, because I'm going to go to the bathroom here soon. I'm surprised Sane isn't in here. The other one I want to talk about, the other thing I want to talk about here is, maybe I can jump to it. Because if you can't tell, I'm getting tired. Come to me, transcript. Go away, live chat. It's Rita. I don't quite understand because I wasn't here for the Rita part, for the all of Rita's part. There's accusations against Rita, or Rita has accusations against Stephan. Can you guys fill me in on that one? Either way, Rosee wants to sit here and say that she didn't know anything about Rita.
So you're not going to address the Rita at all? I had no idea. Like I said when I spoke to Paola, I had no idea that Rita had any accusations. None. I was blown away. Like I said in the first live, my only knowledge of her was that she was very well respected in communities that I used to be part in. She and I had tons of mutual friends. Everyone that I knew her, that knew her, only had good things to say about her. I was floored to learn that. I'm upset. And that's kind of, that's the part where, like, I was like, okay, I really just gotta shut up. Like, clearly, I've got some knowledge gaps here. Clearly, like, I just accidentally put myself in this really shitty situation when I just thought she was sticking up for me.
I just thought she was there for me. I just thought it was about me. Me. All right, so this whole thing about... Wait, I had it queued up. No, I had it queued up. You liar. What happened to my video?
Destroyed.
What the fuck? All right, anyway. I don't know what happened there. Now, this is Sam at Every Size video, Pearadise or Body Positivity Nightmare. Creepy man runs sanctuary for fat women. Great title. This was from a year ago. This was from August 13th, 2024. Sam, this is Sam at Every Size. Rosee linked this video from Sam. So Rosee has watched this video from Sam. All right. Yeah, I picked up that Rita was basically his madam. I picked up on that. I wondered if there was like anything else going on there. That would have been a perfect time to thank Peaches and Paola for the reality tour. Yeah. I thought there was a newer one. I didn't realize we were talking about this year-old video until I started digging for the link. And thank you, Zingcat, for the timestamp. But yeah. This is going to be like super loud.
The Stephan in the Pearadise community would pit women against one another or use them to do his dirty work.
I'm going to speed it up a little bit.
And or coerce and manipulate other women into doing things they did not feel comfortable doing. And we're seeing that happen firsthand here.
I know, right?
And within this conversation, something that hasn't been mentioned yet, but is pretty important, is that he often had women that he was in relationships with serve as the face of his community. And those faces were important because they were responsible for bringing more women into the fold. The woman we just saw defending his behavior, her name is Rita. And Rita is intriguing because she's been around for a very long time. She calls Stephan her chosen family, refers to him as her brother, and she is the one we see most often defending his behavior, going as far as to say that her friend is not capable of SA. But here's why I want to draw attention to Rita.
Rita, if there's anybody that can speak for like the vibes and the place and the party, it's Rita. Rita is in here. She said she's brought hundreds of people here.
Hi, Rita. That's right. She has helped by serving as the face of the Pearadise community, bringing in hundreds of women by Stephan's own account. And maybe it's true. Maybe they do have a very different relationship, because it appears like Rita is similar in age to Stephan, where the rest of the women in this situation tend to be much, much younger. And that's not unusual for Stephan. He has been caught speaking with minors on his platforms. He fully admitted to speaking with a 16-year-old via direct message about her choice to wear a bikini.
All right, we're going to stop there because the point has been made. If Rosee really had watched this video and she's quoted this, she's linked this video multiple times. Well, there's a perfect place to pause. She knows who Rita is because Sam knows who Rita is. Sam had an entire section on Rita. So how did you not know? Either you're lying and you're not paying attention, or you're lying. And the last thing I wanted to do, since we were talking about, well, okay, there you go. Where does she do? Wow, she is just a plethora of faces, isn't she? I guess she wouldn't be so bad at, okay. She wouldn't be so comical if she wasn't so expressive. My point. Was she eating when she started crying, or did she start crying after she was eating? Or did she start eating after she cried? Cried. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. See, she's just like the most expressive, weirdly expressive. Okay, she's gonna eat peanut butter pretzels. I am way too far in the future, aren't I? That's where Scar grossed everybody out by talking about her scraping the plaque off of her teeth. Thanks for that, Scar. That's gonna live with us forever. Okay, here we go.
God bless my family. They let me sleep because, like, my mom and dad texted me. I was out, and then when my brother finally just knocked on my door and I woke up to that, I was on the phone with tech support for about an hour, 50-ish minutes, and yeah. It's probably best for your reputation to not address anything. Sometimes by addressing rumors, you just bring negative attention on yourself. You know, Lamb, I get that. A lot of social media people hold that true. When they get into controversy, they just ignore it. I'm not that person.
I mean, maybe you should start fostering that mentality, though.
If I fucked up, then I'll say that.
When? I would like a list.
Because I think it's if I were to come on here and not talk about it, a ton of you would have no idea that any of that even happened.
Yeah, imagine. Imagine if none of us knew about anything happening. Imagine what we would be talking about. Imagine what we wouldn't be talking about. If you didn't tell us about the things that we talk about, how would we talk about them? Just saying. Very seriously reading the...
That's not what happened, baby cakes.
It's kind of what happened.
That's not what happened. And I'm not reopening my trauma like that.
Not reopening my trauma like that. You dressed up like an adult version of a child character and smushed cake on yourself.
That's a distortion of reality.
It's really not, though.
Hey, Holly, thank you so much for the super chat. Hey, beautiful, so happy I caught the live. Is there a serious conversation happening right now? Yeah, absolutely. No, people are severely... That's the other thing behind the scenes that I've been dealing with and struggling with is...
Get ready for it. We got some Oscar-winning acting coming up.
How much my prior adult content is being memed
Did you guys see that eye flutter?
and shared and used without my consent.
How much my prior adult content is being memed and shared and used without my consent. You mean your readily available public video or public pictures that were on your Instagram until recently?
On all platforms, because some of the screenshots are not inherently NSFW. And that,
Get ready for it. Get ready for it. Oh, look at that. Oh. Oh, the pain. Ah. I'm feeling it in my feels. Oh, I'm feeling it. Oh. Oof. You gonna squeeze a tear out
I
for me?
just wish that
Okay.
all of these people
Uh-huh.
who are giving these victims the respect they deserve
Uh-huh. All of these victims, the respect they deserve. Uh-huh.
would just hold a modicum of respect for my trauma.
Would think about me. I just wish all of these people who are being respectful to these victims would think about me instead. Uh-huh.
That's all.
Uh-huh. Be sure to look down and try not to smile. I know you think that when you turn your face and you don't look at the camera that I can't read your micro expressions. That's what I've come to the conclusion of. Your word salads are manipulation, and you think when you turn your face like this I can't read your face. You're wrong, but that's okay. You can keep doing it. If you don't want me to read your face, you're gonna have to literally film the back of your head. Your face is asymmetrical, mostly. So, good luck with that. Also, I can clearly see that you're smirking.
My trauma isn't because of Stephan.
Yeah, so why do you deserve any of the same respect? Why do you deserve any of the respect that his victims are receiving?
But it's because of predators.
Okay. But this isn't about you right now. This isn't about you. We're not talking about Rosee and Rosee's trauma. We're talking about Stephan and Stephan's victims. Okay? I mean, I know that you're not used to everything being about you at all times, but right now we're not talking about you.
And I just wish
Uh-huh. This is sped up.
that would stop.
That would stop. I do that a lot when I'm thinking about you.
Because there's enough material to hate me on.
Are you admitting that?
To hate on me with.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to do that.
There's enough material to hate me on. You don't have to do that. Do I sound like a pathetic little 2-year-old who got caught with their hand in the cookie jar? But eyes will not water enough for me to squeeze a tear out, maybe if I stare directly at the light. Seriously? Come on, you can do it. I think I see one forming. Come on. Don't distract her, Remy. This takes a lot of mental focus.
I need to recenter myself.
Yeah, sure. What is this acting? Oscar winning. Oscar freaking winning, Glitter. That's what this acting is. Are you not moved? No, a 3-year-old. This is a 3-year-old's acting. You can do it. You can do it. I'm not leaving until I see a tear. I'm leaving. I'm leaving soon, but you can do it. Okay, I'm good. Let's go steal some cars. Better than the Titanic. That's what I didn't do. I feel much better now. I need to recenter myself. I mean, eat food.
I'm not trying to get all like that today.
Really? Then why did you get all like that today? Why do you have your, like, chipmunk cheeks stuffed with food while you're smirking on the other side of your face? Right, moonlit novel. And pop a pretzel. Now I'm going to look at the chat and see if my great emotional moments in Rosee time has had any kind of effect on my chat.
Thank you, Ramona, for the super chat.
Thank you, Ramona, for giving me money for my tears. Your chat is full of a bunch of just fucking suckers and enablers or buddy trolls. Emote, eat, repeat. And the Emmy goes to Rosee for best sad face while taking away attention from real victims. Cyber Fairy says, I have a fairy who's an actor, an actual actor. I cannot imagine him acting like this. You should show it to him sometime and tell us what he thinks. I asked in Scar's chat, but who the F is on the verge of tears and is like, oh wait, let me eat a pretzel nuggie. I have to look, make sure I'm pointing. That face. This is the face of someone who was on the verge of emotional breakdown over the unfairness of their not safe for work images being shared on the internet and not getting their due respect from the victims of a predator. But wait, I need a snack. This is like... This, Rosee, this is why no one takes you seriously. This right here. All right. This is why the only people that take you seriously are the people in your chat. This is why everybody calls you Foodie Beauty. Not ALR. Foodie Beauty. This is your Foodie Beauty moment. I've done SW. I don't really care if anyone sees it. It's not like it's anything to be ashamed of. For her, it is Shadow Mina because it allows her to play victim. Because if she can pretend like her past SW work, I know that's repetitive, is something shameful, then if anyone else brings it up, then we're bad people because we're shaming her. The problem is, the only people that bring it up is her. Nobody else brings it up until she does. And I can't think of any reactors that bring it up that are actually doing it in a negative kind of way, unless we're talking about the chocolate cake incident. And your mileage may vary on that one. Some people find it disturbing because of the nature of the content of it. She is as I said, playing an adult version of a child character. So again, your mileage may vary on that one, how you feel about that kind of a thing. She's not playing a child, but the character that she is recreating in that moment is a child character. Is that making sense? So that depends on how you want to interpret that one on your own. But, and also how you feel about chocolate cake, I suppose. But in general, her SW work is not a bother to anyone that I'm aware of. You know, maybe there are, you know, viewers and chatters that have problems with it. But as far as the reactors that I'm aware of, nobody has an issue with it. She's the one that brings it up and is like, it's so shameful. I'm so ashamed of it. It's shameful. And people are trying to shame me for it. I mean, I guess statistically, yeah, somebody probably is. But like, it's whoever they are, it's very few and far between. She was coerced. You are right, Southern Bonita. He'd say that Roz would never be an actress unless it's that genre where everyone knows that the characters are exaggerating their reactions. She'd be good at that. It's just one more thing for us to be bad guys about. Yeah, she's the one who put her photo on that wiki page. I believe, yeah, 100%, Allie. I bring it up because she wasn't, yeah, I mean, justice for Rainey and Ivy. Who am I to say what is and isn't her trauma? But now I'm actually thinking of showing him this performance to him. I would like to hear. I would like to hear his critique of it. Yeah, that's kind of weird, but I think her doing SW in general isn't something I see people in this corner of the internet crapping on. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of my point. She is the one always bringing it up. Yeah. Right. No, Nikki, I agree with you, but, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say she doesn't have trauma. As I say, something's fucked up. String Cheese says, but as usual, she talks about, shares things we'd have no clue about, and then cries about it later. Yeah, basically. I mean, Shadow Mina, I'm not saying you should do that, because that would be me rallying you to act. So don't do that. But it would be funny if that happened. Roz is acting like something out of an over-the-top telenovela. I know, right? Like, I think I saw better acting in my 6th grade play. To be fair, I went to a private school in 6th grade, so, you know, theoretically we were all better than everyone else, but still. Yeah, Shadowmean, I agree with you. I think Nikki does too. I think everyone agrees with you there. Oh, thank you, no thanks. It's gonna come out weird. Thank you, no thanks, for the floating heart. Have I missed, since we're wrapping up, I just wanted to share that wonderful moment in acting, great moments in Rosee acting, with you guys. Let me do this. Who did I miss? I didn't. Okay, yay! I got Lolo, I got Crabbed On. Yay, I think I got everybody. Cool. All right, back to this. Right. I gotta quit doing 4-hour lives, guys. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna leave you guys with this. I pretty much covered everything that I wanted to cover. Probably could have done this faster if I had just jumped around like I wanted to. I'm sure Rosie's going to say that I cherry picked and that yada yada yada, something something, not listening to everything she has to say, something something, her tits are falling out of her shirt, and she can't make it through a live without eating. Sure. But the point being, I think we hit the highlights here. Everybody else, all the other reactors have made it through the majority of this, mostly verbatim. So if you want to watch the whole thing from beginning to end without watching it on her channel, you have your pick, right? I just wanted to hit some of the highlights because they were the things that were important to me. And I wanted to point out that she damn well knew who Rita was. And as far as who messaged who first, Stephan pretty much brought the receipts that showed that she messaged, there we go, him first. So maybe 6 years ago, she really truly doesn't remember who contacted who first, but I doubt it. So there's that. So that's kind of where I wanted to go with that. She has a very convenient lack of memory when it serves her purposes. And to be fair, her chat this time was really kind of calling her out for it. And the major issue is, why the fuck were you even talking to Stephan in the first place? It's the same thing as with the Emily thing. Why the fuck were you even talking to Tommy in the first place? Like, there is no reason for you to have been speaking to either of them other than you wanted drama and you wanted attention. And that's really all it boils down to. Everything else after that 8-minute mark in this video is irrelevant, really. It's just you stuffing your foot further down your throat. Really. You should not have talked to Stephan. Full stop. Everything else is just you being an idiot. Right? So, if you have made it this far in the video, go ahead and put I don't know, what have we talked about? Oh, there's another link to the Discord. That's the 18 plus Discord. I think I have that link. Yes. And she knows the price you will pay. What have we talked about? I had a really good one and then I completely lost it. I don't know. We already used pears. Pretzels. I hate it. Put pretzels in there. That's all I've got. Cereal. Sad disco ball. Is there a disco ball? We'll do disco ball on Wednesday. Remind me. We'll do disco ball on Wednesday. But yeah, one last shout out to the monthly chatters, which are Kara. Yeah, no, wait, come back here all the way. Karasaurus and her boiling point. Thank you guys for being wonderful chatters. Boiled peanuts. That's the one I was going for. But we're going to do pretzels now because I said that. R.I.P. John. What happened to John? Fairy for very bread. Remind me of these next time I'm like, what the fuck should I do? But yeah, so do pretzels for this time. And yeah, Wednesday will be another public live. But I think we're going to do some Amber stuff. Not Rosee. Actually, that'll be the 10th. Now that I'm thinking about it. Huh. You guys, we might not do a live on Wednesday. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because we do the lives late night. Wednesday will be the 10th, now that I'm really looking at the calendar. So... we might actually skip Wednesday. The Wednesday live. Because of the HBO thing coming out, and that we will all be sharing popcorn together with other popcorn eating people in a different place where we enjoy popcorn, if you get my drift. So now that I'm really thinking about that, Wednesday will be the 10th, so we probably... Yeah, I think I'll just skip the it needs to be done by 8 US EST. We might make it. Anyway, we're done for now. Put a pretzel in there. I'll let you guys know in the community tab if we're doing the live or not, and we could do a mini pre-popcorn show. Yeah, well, we'll do that. All right, I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for stopping by. You can clearly tell I'm brain dead at this point, and I will talk to everybody later. Bye!